Hey everybody, welcome to Risk of Resources Loadout Races of the Week. I'm your host, Race, and with me I have a very special guest. Say hello to FrostPrime. Hello.
What up? Hello.
Hey. So this week, it's pretty much a normal week. Let's see who we got playing today. We got Disputed, Cabbage, Cap, and K today. And we have some kind of interesting loadouts. We're not doing any like artifacts or like weird stuff this week, but I mean, sometimes we give the racers a break with the loadouts. This is not one of those weeks. So we have starting off with the Commando run with suppressive fire, standard Rex run that you'd kind of see in E8, an all alt railgunner, and then an interesting bandit, blast, and lights out. So it's going to be interesting today. I think it's going to be one of the longer days, maybe. We might kind of get closer to 4 hours today than the three, but we'll see how that kind of plays out. Oh, I
Yeah, that
need.
back half is gonna really strain people's mental.
Oh yeah, maybe the front half too. Honestly, I don't know. Starting off without like a warm up character can be like not the best, but I don't
Hey,
know. We'll
I'm a
see.
commando enjoyer. All right.
I am too. I am too. Don't worry. I actually really like phase round. I think it gets slept on a little bit too much. But in the races, maybe phase blast is better. I'm not sure. I haven't really
I
even
could
thought
see
about
that.
that one too
Sorry,
much.
I pinged my Discord, so there's a lot of dancing.
Hello.
uh, but yeah, is it just? Are we just getting into it, just straight up?
Yep, we're here.
Hell yeah,
Boom.
let's go. I
All
love
right.
that.
So first of all, before we get into the obvious on the stage, the color skins for everyone today. I know everyone's going to be asking, but that mod is not released yet. No. Cap is running what seems to be an orange. Cabbage is always red. K is running pink, and it looks like Disputed's going blue, which is pretty indicative of their characters, as they are of people. And if you guys want to play bingo, make sure you get your bingo sheets to exclamation point bingo and play along with the stream. Hell yeah, it's gonna be fun. I have my bingo up, so we'll get to see some of that cool stuff. Right off the bat, I see that Cabbage found the roll of pennies printer, which is absolutely huge
Yeah,
when
it's
you're starting
massive.
off here. One of the bigger things that racers need is just income, right, when they're playing. And being able to get money during the teleporter is huge because teleporter reminder reduces your income by 50% per kill. So it's one of those things where they can save a lot of time by just getting money whenever they want. They have total autonomy
Ooh,
over it too.
I love the encrusted key.
Oh yeah, especially early. That is a
Yeah,
huge pickup.
and it's like if people don't find it on the second stage and they get it on the third stage, you just got a lot of different items and all
Hmm.
of it can be powerful in different ways.
I want to touch on that too. For those of you who are new here, this is extremely seeded. We made a lot of mods to custom seed all of the events so it's as fair for every single person as it absolutely can be, which is important to us. So when we see players get a key or a recycler even or anything like that, they will be the same and they will carry over. And I know what you made a noise about. That's a second void key, which is absolutely
That
huge.
oh man. So how worth is it to like now try to look a little bit extra on like stage 2 or 3
I
to guarantee to find one? Just make sure.
Honestly, I feel like because they're playing Commando with this loadout specifically, they're going to be spending a little bit more time looting than I think they would playing, someone like Loader, right?
Hmm.
So I think they're already naturally going to spend more time on the stages. I think it's nothing but a positive here. Like they don't really have to change the game plan much, I don't think.
Are you calling Polyloot or Plimp first?
Plimp, maybe.
Yeah, you
I
think?
just I just feel it. I don't know. It's a guess, but we'll
Hmm.
see. What do you think, Polyloot? There's another Void Cradle. There's three
What the
Void Cradles
hell,
on the
man?
stage.
Jesus. They're just everywhere. find the recycler quick.
That's the one thing about this stage. For those of you who don't know, this stage has more stage credits than any other stage one, so you can get the most loot in it. And we're just kind of seeing that right now, obviously. Just 3 void cradles and enough loot to go around is not much, or not something you really get to see on the other stages. And look at that. Kay is already done with the teleporter boss, and he gets a rose buckler from it, which is pretty
Not
good.
bad. Yeah.
It looks like Disputed has started the boss, but he's aware that he doesn't really have a lot of health right now, so he's choosing not to antagonize the Titan. If you don't shoot the Titan and you don't bring the Titan below roughly max health, it won't actually do its laser. So he can kind of freely charge the teleporter, dodge the fists, and then just kill the Titan close to the end of the teleporter or after, kind of for free. And that kind of seems like what he's doing, kind of doing a safer approach today to start off, which is totally fine. Cap found a syringe printer that he's actually going into instead of the pennies. I don't know what he gave up for that, but he does have a few as well. I need to.
Yeah. Did he find the bleed yet? Because if you get those syringes with the bleed, I mean that's gonna be massive for boss kills.
I'm not sure. I think the bleed was on like the outer ridge of the map on the other side from the teleporter, but I don't remember
Yeah, yeah, I was in
exactly.
a try shop.
Okay, maybe
Yeah, there it
it.
is. It's right in front of him.
Okay, cool. Looks like he was kind of setting up for that. The thing about attack speed on Commando is it's totally fine, but it's definitely something that cannot act on its own. It's definitely a synergy item with like everything else. So when we see Cap kind of building into syringes, to me, that kind of tells me that he's going to try to get, just a lot of items this run, kind of see what he can do to scale with it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Maybe he saw the bleed from across the map and then oh
yeah.
damn, and yeah, then paired with the Samarang, I mean,
Oh yeah. Might see
GG right there.
some saw tech this run too. Players do like the saw. It's a very fun equipment. You can get the saws stuck on physical objects while they're trying to retract to you, and that gives a lot of opportunities for some really cool tech and like fast boss kills and stuff. So we'll see how much they try to abuse that one. It's a fun one to get early.
Kay is just soaring ahead of everybody else. He's just like not slowing down at all.
And you know what's crazy about that too? He's not lacking for items either, right? Like
Yeah.
usually when you see players like really steam ahead, they're kind of missing a few things, but it looks like he has kind of a full kit here. I don't know if he ever did pick up the pennies, but um, I don't know. He does have a good setup. We see Cabbage actually using the pennies right now to get some extra loot after the TP, just for an extra drone, which is actually pretty nice. Actually, I like how Cabbage is leaving with a few drones here. Um, but
Raydans is happy somewhere. It's somebody picked up the drones.
unsurprisingly, we're seeing Disputed print extra pennies. That is totally his thing, so we'll see him use that. And he's going for the bleed as well. It's hard not to. On Commando, it's just too good.
Yeah, I mean the first one it gets 2 times better with the second one, so
Yeah,
pick up the first one, the second one is amazing. Everybody's probably oh wait, he picked up the void crit.
interesting. I think
Oh
if
wow.
if there is a character to get it on, it is someone like Commando that has. Oh, hold on. Cabbage got a Polyloot. So was Polyloot first. Congrats.
Fucking let's go.
Hopefully, everyone finds that void key. Everyone has a void key. So if they do not find this one, they are at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hopefully Cap grabs it with his syringe prints too.
Oh, yeah.
Would it be worth for him to pick up the Lost Ear as well since he has the syringe? I mean, it's another synergy, right?
Uh, maybe. It's hard to say so early, but I definitely think if there was a character uh, for Void Crit, it would be this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't really know. Well, it depends. We'll just have to see. I don't like unless they really get like a Shatter Spleen build or something. Crit's not going to be like overly helpful for them because most of their damage is going to come from like bleed and stuff. But maybe once if they get like Polyloot Plasma Shrimp and then get some crit with AP rounds they can go up. Who knows?
Ooh. Getting a little bit low there. The Titan kind of wrecking him.
And they need to be really careful around here, especially. There's so many high damage enemies on this map compared to the first one. Then you get blasted. And Cabbage is getting a little bit blasted.
Yeah. Oh, 10 HP.
Yeah, my frames just died, so come on. Why? We'll go down quality. We'll see if that helps.
Yeah,
Chat
I
is
only
getting
lost Cap
destroyed.
there for on my end. He's the only
Give me
one
a second,
buffering for
chat
me.
room.
We don't have healing.
Oh, here, Cap. Okay. Oh, Cap is like actually like gone. Okay. Well,
Wait, like he lost connection?
yeah, his internet's dying. We'll get back
Oh
to him when he
man.
comes back. All right, so we didn't miss anything. Cap is back. Good. Cabbage did not die, so good for him. And also, K is on stage 3, by the way. So
And he
that
did get
happened.
that poly loot.
He did. So really
Yeah.
fast. And he got a second bleed somewhere. I don't know where that
It
was.
was literally just like 3 seconds ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he just picked it up on this stage. So gonna scale up quickly now.
So Chad just asked what happens if someone's PC dies. We actually have proper save, and we custom coded something so that proper save actually works with like the seeding stuff that we have. Because we found an issue where it didn't, whatever, they would start back at the start of the stage. We have kind of discussed things like, you know, if they completed the stage already, but like we're about to leave or something, or depends on how far through, we can add time because they have an advantage or something. But so far, we haven't really had to worry about it. No one's power has gone out for a long time, so we're good. Thumbs up.
So is the dream now finding the plimp as well, so that they
Oh
can
yeah,
just mash
easy.
together and melt everything without you having to even look at it anymore?
Yeah, it's such a disgusting combo. Like it's absolutely perfect for Commando. So that's what they're praying for. These keys might give it to him, but we'll see. I know Kay is probably looking for another key right now, just to hopefully finds one and keeps the key train going. But honestly, if he finds that key, he's probably just gonna open it pretty much immediately, I imagine.
There it is. Bang.
And there it is.
Ow.
Boom.
It's a good morale start to the day, you know?
Oh yeah.
Every single person's gonna find the combo. They're gonna know that the other players get it, but like it doesn't matter. It's nice to have a smooth sailing run versus a struggle bus early.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than just having a normal run to start out with instead of something that's just absolutely terrible. We talk about morale a lot when we stream, and player morale and how hard it is to actually like keep it up through the runs and like throughout everything. It is a competitive environment, so it can be kind of hard on them. But we don't want them to suffer always. So
The ignition tank is so big as well. Just I mean, this is a free ass run. If any player gets the AoE plus the polyloop plimp, I mean like there's nothing stopping you. Nothing
Mhm.
stopping you but your own mistakes at that point.
Oh yeah. And I don't know where Kay found the extra gas. I don't know if he printed it or got it from Tri Shops or just like by luck. But he does have a pretty good AoE with the gas with the ignition tank. So it's gonna be better than the other guys unless they find it too. So him being ahead is just it feels so great right now. He has stages covered in terms of like the progression of that, but he also has like decent amount of mythics damage already. So
Yeah, he is miles ahead of everybody else. Like, man, he's just doing good. Hopefully he can keep up that momentum.
I
And
think
with a
he
run
has
like
it in
this,
him.
I don't I don't see how you really don't. Like, you can just go straight to the TPs now. Like, honestly,
Oh,
I think that
absolutely.
is this a mistake for him to be looting right now?
I don't think it's a mistake. I think he's kind of like hoping for something to help it a little bit more for Mithrix, because he still does have to fight Mithrix. It's not going to be the fastest fight in the world as is now. I think he's more hoping for speed or something too, just to kind of help
Yeah,
the fight out the flow of it. But as far as stages, like stage 4, 5, he's good. A lot of people are
yeah.
asking what this map is. It's a custom modded map by Jace Dorito. It's called Fogbound Lagoon, and you can get it on the Thunder Store and play with it as well. It's pretty fun though.
Capitalism winning again. Doritos making a map in Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah, sponsored. Huge. Now we thought it was vanilla enough of a map to actually include in this, and we want to celebrate mod makers and stuff as well. As much as we like to show, how good the game can be at its peak of like vanilla, it's also cool to since this whole project is made by modders, to celebrate some as well. So
Kay's pinging the ukulele over the ice band there, and that's like kind of just like a commando only thing, right? Like if you were any other character, you'd probably be going for the other one.
that's a hard one, because kind of like the bleed, having a second stack of polyloot, pretty much doubles the effect.
That's true.
And I don't know, it's a tough call either way. I don't think that's one you can necessarily say for sure or isn't.
Yeah,
um but I think he's making the right choice
yeah. Definitely on
regardless.
commando.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely for this character specifically. But if you
yeah.
didn't have a single band and you were on like railgunner, would you pick up the band? You think?
Railgunner, I think I would always choose band, because you
Yeah.
just have such a high damage attack. But if it was someone like Merc, or someone that doesn't, I don't know.
Oh my. Sorry.
Maybe I would. No,
The
it's
molten
good.
perforator as well with the
Hell
ignition
yeah.
tank. It's just all there. This is like a once a week type run, you know? Like this
Yeah.
is just one of those runs that you just wow.
I think he's the only one who printed ignition tank as well so far. So he's gonna be the only one who gets like the real advantage from that one.
Yeah. Because molten perforator is not insanely good against Mithrix, right?
Mm-hmm. Only during pizza, really.
Yeah,
Unless they get a Tenta Bubble, then that synergizes super well. Even a Chrono
very
Bubble
true.
helps, but I
He
mean
does have the
maybe.
death mark too.
Oh, looks like Cabbage is printing an ignition tank also. He got an extra gas, and he's kind of seeing the same thing that K did. And he's gonna get
Yep.
rewarded for it heavily. So
But he went needle tick.
I think that's totally fine.
Really?
Yeah. So I think when people look at Commando and they see Bleed, I think they only see the potential of what Bleed has to offer when it goes really well. But he can't always get there. And I think Needle Tick does a significant amount of damage without needing a million bleed items either.
I think the disputed origin has a really big shot at making it back to this, and he doesn't know because of the fact that he printed 5 ignition tanks.
I just saw that he printed 5.
He printed 5 of them, and he doesn't know that he's about to land on a molten perforator.
Oh man, he's ready.
That that is gonna save a fuck ton of time.
I'm excited to see his
Man.
reaction to that actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the volume on for that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just saw K kill Awu. I didn't even notice. But that's a
Oh,
free Nukahana's right. No, he got the Awu skip with Saw. Excellent done. Excellent.
what's the
He,
AWU skip with Saw? Wait, I'm
so
a noob.
so if you don't know, I mean, conceptually what phase 4 skipping is, right?
Yeah. First
Okay.
frame damage. Yep.
So you can do that with any boss in the game that spawns in. And there are certain setups to do that to ally worship unit. And he shot out the saw so that Awu spawned into the saw, and you instantly get the red
Mm.
item because it counts
Is it
as
because
dead.
AWU always spawns in the exact same spot?
Correct.
Huh. Okay.
Unfortunately, I missed seeing him do it, but that is what he did. So really good job, K. That is really well done. That's the
Yeah,
kind of
regardless of the
high-tech
fact
stuff
that it's
we need.
a
Hmm.
mid-level red item, but
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it's cool though.
I
It's a
wouldn't even
flex.
say mid-level, to be honest. That's a
You'd put in like
stretch.
what, D or F tier?
I mean, not applicable tier, maybe. I don't know. Like for these, it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna get any sort of value out of it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. Okay, here comes Disputed Origin.
Aesthetic
There
item.
it drops.
Boom. Nice.
A single hell yeah. That's all we got. Just a
Okay. Well,
just a
hell yeah.
concentrated hell yeah.
I think he might know though that he has a slight advantage here with that because players often they will we've seen them more and more as this whole event kind of thing has gone on. They like to differentiate their builds from the other players if they can by going out of their way to get things that they think no one else would get to try
Yeah.
to just give them an edge, right? And so I would see them
Kind
go
of
to
like him
blue
with the double
portal and
pennies.
yeah, exactly. And then,
Yeah.
people try to loot chests that they think are more out of the way that other players wouldn't. We've seen, people get rewarded for that a lot. I mean, I think he did the same thing when he printed all those ignition tanks. I think he was thinking, you know what, maybe. I mean, they also know as a reminder what stages they're going to have. So he might have looked at that and been like, okay, maybe there is a worm opportunity here, which would be a gamble, but it's totally
Fuck.
fair too.
I mean, look at him. Look at him absolutely killing it. And if anything's gonna catch up to K, I mean that's what it's gonna be. Press the mountain shrine, K. Come on. You're feeling yourself right now. Do it. You've
I
got
don't
the
know if he
damage.
will. He does have the damage, but I don't know if he'll do it. Usually, um, if you get, well, if you do get a boss item here, the one you'd want is Empathy Course. The other ones aren't that great. I don't think he'd really want much as far as extra greens or the chance for it, I guess. I think he's just thinking like if there's like two constructs or something, I'll have to get out of the teleporter to fight him maybe, and he doesn't want to lose the seconds of time. Maybe.
Huh.
I can guess.
Yeah.
And Cabbage goes for the AoE skip as well with Saw, but he just barely misses the timing on it. So no free Nukahanas for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he's still rocking the not with the plimp uke combo, so
Oh,
not
he
even
didn't
worth
get
trying to sit
the
around.
plasma shrimp. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, no, he took he took Needle Tick over it.
Oh, over plasma shrimp. I thought you just
I'm
meant okay.
yeah, I'm pretty
All right.
sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird decision for me, but like you were
I
saying, sometimes they like to go for different things.
I mean, I wouldn't go for that different thing, but hey. But it looks like Cap kind of did the same thing, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Cap only had one key. I guess that makes sense. Oh, maybe Cabbage only had one key too, or something. Or unless you saw him do the key. I don't know. I didn't see it though.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. That's fair. I guess they just both found the Otic somewhere.
Unfortunate.
Shrug. It's one of those things. It's hard to pay attention to everything that everyone's doing. Oh my God! There's another ignition tank printer on stage 5, so everyone is going to get the chance to have Murph go off, and that kind of eliminates Disputed's advantage here a little bit if more people
Well,
see it
if
and
they
go into it.
see it, yeah, they gotta see it and then want to give up their items because I mean Kay's been here for a while, but did he print any?
He did not actually, and he's off to the moon right now.
Yeah, so he's still rocking the single one. Wonder, I mean, he kind of went across the entire stage. I wonder what he was wanting to hold on to,
I think the
or
Rose
maybe he just didn't
Buckler,
see it.
the
Yeah,
Whip,
yeah,
and the
maybe.
Quail. The rest, not so much, but I think because about half his greens he kind of wanted for the fight, he was just not wanting to do it. I think those
Yeah.
are more important than damage to him right now, especially without a feather. We'll see how the fight goes. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but does Cabbage have 3 healing drones? He does have 3 healing drones and a gunner drone. Yes.
I'm a healing drone enjoyer.
I am too. I think you're great.
Yeah, I think they're probably like the best drone, especially early.
Oh yeah. A lot of people don't really give them much credit for this, but they're great at pulling aggro as well and just taunting. And it takes a
Yep.
lot of hits off you, not to mention
And they,
also healing you, so it's double.
yeah, and they like don't get hit by anything until like grandparent stage 5. Like they
Mm-hmm.
avoid things really, really well. They're very nimble. They definitely abuse the fact that everything in the air just is harder to hit for enemies.
Oh yeah. That's why I always think it's good, especially in the race if you can get like a healing drone early. They stay with these guys pretty much the whole time, like you said, so. And let's see, Kay is going over to Soup. He's looking for something. I don't know what exactly he's here looking for, but he's a
He
little curious.
he pinged his Nukahana, so I think he's just looking for a good white, maybe
That is totally
trying to just
fair.
get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that behemoth is looking pretty tempting to him, though.
Oh no, it's looking too tempting. He's not.
Mm. He might
He
fall
doesn't want
through
to use the
the wall
egg.
here if he messes up. Okay. Yeah, he's going after behemoth. He does lose all of his good greens that he wanted. He keeps harpoon and razor wire, so. And he is going after a fuel cell here for the egg to have an easier pillar skip, which is
Yeah,
totally fair.
yeah. And maybe that's why he kept his greens, as he was hoping for a good soup. Maybe he saw the ignition printer and was like, "I'm gonna gamble."
Maybe. I mean, either way, you have enough. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I think maybe he was just tempted by greed too much in that moment. We'll see how the behemoth plays off for him though, because with Polyloot Plimp and Molten Perforator, that could actually be pretty good. He's not really as disappointed that he lost the bleed anymore, because that's not really his main damage. While it would have helped definitely with the instead getting up to pillars faster is also nice.
Two
And
more
it looks
people on the
like,
moon, but yeah, neither of them took the egg. Neither of
which
them
is
found that.
interesting.
So
I don't know where the egg was, but that's a huge advantage for K. Hopefully, if Cabbage keeps looking, he'll find it, but it's a
yeah,
tough one. Having the Saw on the moon is classic Disputed. He's going to try to do his best to do Saw Tech on Mithrix, get the Saw stuck in a pillar, and coerce Mithrix to get caught in that corner as well. Try to get all the damage in. And with Polyloot and Plimp, it could actually be really good if he doesn't screw it up. But
is
we'll
that
see.
not as worth to go for with molten perforator and 7 ignition tanks, or does the saw proc it pretty easily?
The Saw should proc it.
Okay.
And here we go. Kay is starting his Mythics fight, so we'll see. It looks like
No
Disputed is
one.
doing Soul Pillar first, too.
Yeah,
What's up?
no one else went for the ignition tanks. No one saw it or cared for it or disputed's alone in that.
It's a pretty gambly choice, though, right? Because not only do you have to proc Molten Perforators, but you have to have them hit. So he's gambling on a lot here. But if they do hit, it's huge, obviously. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Hopefully it works out for him. I don't want it to be a waste, but it could end up just being that it doesn't. But we'll see. K's fight
I
is
mean,
actually looking really good. He's already half health on
yeah.
Mythics Phase 1.
As long as he doesn't make a massive mistake, he should easily secure first.
I mean, he has the egg as backup. He doesn't necessarily need a feather, or he shouldn't, but Pizza is a claimer of souls. So we'll see. It looks like Cabbage has already taken a lot of damage, and he's not even to his first pillar yet. Same with Cap, actually. Looks like Cap is going for the 2 blood pillars in the back. He does have Rose Buckler. On Eclipse 8, by the way, you will take permanent damage from every tick of a blood pillar, unless you have something that has armor to help counteract that, like Repulsion Armor Plate or Rose Buckler or something. But he does have it, so he's good.
Disputed Origin was just coping. He was at like 95% on that pillar, but
Oh,
just one
man.
little round boy pushes him out.
That's the problem with Souls. They're really close to where you start in, and, they go really fast, but, obviously if you step out of them, you lose all the time you gained by those
Yeah.
advantages, so. But it looks like he is done with them, so he gets to go up first before the other 2 guys. I mean, he did save a lot of time over someone like Cap, who, without much movement speed at all, or actually just a red whip and 3 mochas, had to walk all the way to the back of the map for blood pillars. That takes a lot of time. We don't really talk about it a lot, but traversing the moon is just expensive. And here we go, Disputed going in with his 7 ignition tank Murph build.
I'm worried about his health total right now.
It's not looking good. He is 1 hit away from death. He has watches he could lose here as well, which are pretty important to his build, and he doesn't have like any defense. As far as movement speed, he has a little bit more than some of the other guys, but he's gonna have to play it very well. And yes, if you're wondering, chat room, for the races here, we changed it so that the players only have to complete 2 pillars. We felt that fought the pillar skip meta a little bit better than 4 did, so they don't have to, spend 15 minutes doing pillars if someone else found a vase. Now Cabbage is up. Honestly, K is almost done with phase 3. He's past the halfway point, so we're gonna see him in the casting booth in a few minutes, probably.
Yeah, he's
That's going really
absolutely fucking
fast.
killing it.
I know that Cabbage at least went to charge design pillars over at Soup, but I don't think he actually looked around that much, or at least didn't want to trade anything that he had, at least if he saw Behemoth. And look at that, K is done. Well, he still has to go through phase 4. He's on phase 3. Hopefully this goes well. He doesn't really want to use Egg for damage here, although it's kind of tempting, because he kind of wants to use Egg as a movement speed option to get to the ship faster. Good control here. He's circling him the right way. And he should get enough of his items back really quick. There's the slam, and he should be pretty good, as long as he doesn't get orbed. Even if he gets orbed, I don't think he'll die. He kind of felt pressured there, so he used the egg. He did get hit by something that did a polyloot hit. Looks like he's got them. He's kind of going in. There we go. Done.
Easy peasy.
Disputed almost done with phase 1, but so is Cabbage. And Cabbage got here a lot later than Disputed did. So Disputed's still really just hoping for those Murph procs.
Yeah, hasn't gotten super lucky yet.
Honestly, from what I've seen so far, K has seemed to get luckier with his Murph procs than even Disputed did. The Orbs proc bans? Yes, they can. Cap got hit, but he should be able to be fine here. There he goes. Phase 2 is also pretty rough, usually, in the races, so we'll see if that trips anyone up. They're all in phase 2 right now. So, as for second, I have no idea. This is really close, actually. We might see like a really photo finishy time between a few of these guys.
Yeah, this is a really solid first one. I mean, that's what happens when everybody gets pretty much guaranteed good stuff, right? Like it was stuff
Yeah.
that was dangled right underneath their noses, like getting, insanely good boss items and really, really good encrusted keys, like that weren't out of the way. Yeah, it just makes it lets the racers shine, just lets their skill come out, it shows how close these guys are all relatively in skill level. Apparently K's just built different.
we see
Respect
it.
K's Commando.
We see it a lot though. People are just like, "Oh man, in this instance or that instance, this guy's so much better, or this guy's worse, or whatever." But like these guys are all really actually close to one another. It's in the loadouts that are really tough, where we see a lot of like discrepancy because they're trying new things. But hey, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good competition. Let's bring in K right now and see what he has to say about that run though. Hello, K.
Hello.
Good run, by the way. Very good. Very quick. Everyone else is
Yeah.
still on phase 3 Mythics right now, so you kind of
Everyone
steamed
else is
ahead.
neck and neck. Like it's oh
Oh, pizza +5 for Cap. Unfortunate. He just he was trying to cross the line and he got blapped. Unfortunate.
Damn. That's a blow to the mental.
It's always tough right at the end, man. Always tough.
Oh, Disputed Origin. He's trying to do the saws.
Let's see if he sets it up properly. It looked pretty good. He only got one saw back there. Oh, he got a second saw. Hopefully he doesn't get a third. He's trying to get the saw into the corner. It doesn't look like he's lining up. Mithras got out of the spot. Unfortunately, if he tries again, he might be wasting time because all of the time that he was trying to do that, he could have just been standing there shooting him, right? So he's really got to either commit and get it done or something. It's tough though.
Damn.
No more
Damn.
watches for Disputed, and that is a +5, unfortunately. And Cabbage is done with phase 3. I don't know if he... Okay, he still has to do phase 4, but... That's also the danger of doing the Saw Tech too. It's really risky. So right now we're watching Cap and Disputed see who gets third. Looks like.
Hey, you're not able to see Mithrix and like exactly where he is, so you're doing pizza just like a little bit blind.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going for it though.
He's doubling down.
He sunk cost fallacy at this point.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like it's... Oh, there he goes. He's starting to set it up a little bit.
There goes.
He's getting a lot of it now. Look at that go. All of his health is just being sapped away. And that's kind of like, the plus side if it works, but the cost to get to that point took a while.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the +5, he fell behind Cap in like where they were in the fight. They were neck and neck getting out of stage 2, but he just fell behind trying to set it up over and over and over again. But it looked cool. Clap. Yay.
And he actually did it again right afterwards. I think he kept the saws in the corner after the first time. And so he got it done, but man, it is tough to set up. Okay, you were substantially ahead from Ethan, I think about stage 2 or 3 as well. I think early on you kind of took a faster approach where everyone else was going actually a little bit more fully on this one. You're also the only one to find the egg, which also helped you out a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
You
really
were the
did
first one on the
solidify it.
moon, though.
By quite a bit, by a very substantial lead, and it was impressive that it didn't feel like you had a whole lot less items than anybody else throughout the entirety of it.
Mm-hmm.
You just found a better line, killed it.
And looking at everyone's items, imagine if Awu didn't give Nuka Hanas.
I know. I looked away right when you did the AWU skip, and I looked back, and I was like, damn, I wish I had, seen it. Cabbage went for it. He missed, unfortunately. But I think he would have been more upset had he actually seen the Nuka Hanas, so I think it's all right.
Probably.
A will be good one day. He'll give a good item one of these runs.
Yeah, that's Cope, by the way.
Let's bring in Cabbage.
Why did you go for it, huh?
Because if I didn't, could have been good. Let me go. Let me go. Whatever. Yeah.
Hello, Cabbage.
Well, you guys plasma shrimp?
Yep.
Yeah. I went for the RNG and I lost. I'm not to go next.
Yeah, you got to do something
No,
that
you're
separates everybody.
You're just
Yeah.
bad, actually. That is the reason.
Because if
I-
you're
I
the only
skipped-
one that holds it, and then you're the one that finds it,
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have gotten the Awu skip, actually. That would have helped you.
What did it have?
Nuka Hana.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saved me like 4 minutes. That's why you're so slow.
Yeah.
Now you're bringing Cap as well. Hello, Cap.
Hello.
Unfortunate on that last part.
Yeah.
Okay,
dude.
so I'll talk about it. Actually, I'll talk about it right now because Dispute's coming in. Where is he? All right. So
I don't know.
hey,
Hello?
Disputed.
Yo.
So Kay had finished a little bit early. He found an egg on stage 5, so he was able to get there a little
Aw,
bit
man.
faster. You all had to do
Yeah.
pillars. Every single one of you, besides Kay, was in the same phase of Mithrix all at the same time until like the last minute of the fight or less. It was
Mhm.
so Cap and Disputed, you both +5 to pizza. I think you +5 pizza, Disputed. You can correct me. I looked away.
Something like that.
Something like that. Um,
I was going for Sawtech.
I saw you were
You got it
going in.
eventually, though.
He
Flex
did.
on him.
Depth tech.
And it was very underwhelming.
Once you got it, it worked, but took a while. But it was really close, actually.
Yeah, really
Like-
solid run for Commando.
I
Honestly,
was going into like phase 2, and I was like, we might see like a really, really close time. I mean, all of you came in and within a minute of each other in the call, so
real time.
that just kind of shows how close it was, I think.
Mm.
But how do we feel about our warm-up run of the day? Pretty good power level for it, I think.
I'm so upset. I've been speedrunning Artie for hours and hours and hours looking for an ignition tank printer, and then you find 2 in one run with a
Yeah.
molten perforator and polyloop plasma shrimp in the keys. Oh, what the hell?
You were the
Oh,
only
was
one
it
who
plasma
went for that
shrimp?
too.
Yeah.
It was
Was
plasma
it
shrimp.
plasma
Cap.
shrimp in the third key
Sec-
box, the third
Third.
stage?
Third stage, yep.
Damn it. So I did the call of skipping that one, hoping that it was all trash, and then getting the
Cabbages
stage
too.
4 chest instead. Just
I did the same
it's a
thing.
gamble. Oh, you
Yeah,
did? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
obviously a
gonna do that.
gamble, but yeah.
Garbage RNG. Only K does that, honestly. Oh, they opened the second key box in the third stage for no reason to have plasma shrimp.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have.
It was
all right,
back to
go
back,
next.
man. All right. Well, if you guys are ready for Rex, then we could jump into it. Yeah.
We just like
Yeah.
stick on Commando for a little bit more, you know?
I don't hear any
do that.
excitement
Build.
for Rex. Come on, let's go.
Rex,
I love Rex.
There he is.
Yeah.
give us a safer spaces.
Yeah,
no
maybe.
pitch.
Yeah, so you can do your pillar skip.
Yes, you can. That's
For
the
sure.
good part.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you guys are ready, we'll see you guys after the next loadout. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Not bad. That was a pretty good loadout to start the day. Let's see it get
Yeah.
totally worse. So, obviously, if you're unfamiliar with late game Eclipse and this kind of stuff, Rex is like the boogeyman of E8 a little bit. Rex notoriously takes permanent self damage every time you use one of your self damage abilities, and a lot of people find Rex's non self damaging abilities pretty underwhelming. So it feels like there's no perfect ground, right? It's just, it is the hardest character for E8. We don't think it's too bad, especially if you practice Rex, but it's definitely the scariest character. And so we kind of probably need a better build than we had for, not better than the last loadout, but we need a pretty good build here too. It's not just like we can load or speed run it. Kind of needs some help for the items for Rex.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of coping.
Last week there was a little bit of coping going on in some of the loadouts, so we'll see. Oh, and look
I
at
know
that.
K
Oh,
is a.
the gun.
Oh, go ahead.
I just found a gun
were you saying?
early. That's all.
Oh, that's massive. Yeah. I know Kay was saying on his stream recently that he actually likes this M2 for Rex.
I like it.
Is that not a commonly shared opinion?
I think it's an opinion that develops from someone that is forced to play E8. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think if you were looking at from like a monsoon mindset, I think maybe a lot of people would say like, oh, this is horrible. Why would you use that? But I think it's actually pretty good. The downside is that it has a 0.5 proc coefficient, but it's not too bad. It's just like a better arrow rain, essentially, is what it is.
Yeah. Not spammable either.
Mm-hmm. The backup mags is pretty okay, though.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, it's not too out there. But, it depends on which group of people you're asking, I think. As far as the gun, reminder, all the players know which stages they have, or they should if they paid attention to the loadout stuff beforehand. So I think they're probably going to try their absolute best to save their gun for stage 3, where they can maybe get a Shatter Spleen or a Molten Perforator there, which would be really big. Every stage before or after that is not going to be considerable unless they go for a Drone Man play and try to get Empathy Cores on stage 5. but that's a long time to take a gun through the stages without having an equipment. So I don't know. I mean, we also see sometimes players just use guns on mountain shrines or just get it out of the way early so they can get another equipment. They don't really want to hold on to it and take that gamble, but
Yeah, and they
Man.
are allowed to go to the bazaar, right? Like they are
just
allowed to go
like
for those
Cabbage
shops.
did. Oh yeah. They can use the cauldrons in the bazaar, but that's it. They can't use the lunars or the dream portals.
Yeah. Yeah, so you think that we might see with that gun some people going for it?
Hmm. Maybe. If anyone, it's going to be Disputed because he really
Yeah.
loves the drone man of the core combo. Cabbage going
Cabbage,
after the Queen's
he
Gland
just went
early
for it.
is not bad. It's like we were talking about last run, how like drones are great for distracting and being just kind of tanks early. BG's the same way, just with an infinite immediate respawn, so it's really not bad. A lot of people look at Beetle Guard and say like, oh, he doesn't do that much damage or whatever, but I don't think that's what he's for.
He does his best. And
He
you
does his best.
should eat shit for saying that. For saying anything bad about it. No, yeah, I think it's interesting going for it. And I mean, there's always the very slight chance of a yellow printer later, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
which everyone obviously is gonna have access to, but like there's a chance that it shows up later, and then it opens you up to just being able to get a good equipment as
Yeah.
well, and that can help if there's not a good boss to use the gun on eventually. Because I mean, you're trying to get all the way to stage 3. If you know there's a vase on stage 2, all of a sudden you're in a weird spot if you're any of the others the players.
Yeah. It's always such a hard choice to make as well in a situation like this. Do I keep like a damage equipment or like something like really good utilities, like something like this or like a card or a recycler? Or do I take the vase really early and potentially kind of lose time on the stage part of the loadout? It's really tough. But then if you get to the moon, you don't have that vase, it's like, well, you screwed up, you idiot. And
Yeah,
you're gonna have that in your brain.
Disputed went for the gunplay as well.
Yeah.
He also went for the beetle guard. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's totally fine. We'll see what happens stage 2. I think stage 2 is going to be the hardest one for the gun because if they do find an equipment stage 2, they might only get like a Genesis loop or like a neural instead of how useful the Beetle Queen Gland is now, right? And they might find another equipment there or something, but we'll see. It looks like Cap is going for the gun as well. It looks like K is the only one who is holding the gun for potentially stage 3, so we'll see if that plays out for him. I'm excited. I like seeing someone take the gamble. Also, Cap did the Mountain Shrine, so he's gonna get
let's-
2 Ukes here potentially.
Yeah, let's hope
Or-
it doesn't. Let's
Yeah.
hope it doesn't. He doesn't end up with 2 beetle glands. That would.
It wouldn't be
Be
the worst thing
unfortunate.
in the world, but definitely Uke would be nice.
Yeah, when you see that there's a uke though, when you see
Yeah.
the possibility of what you could have had 2 of. Yeah, I'm not gonna to lose sleep over a second stealth kit, but
Ooh. So
does get it.
Cabbage went to the blue portal, and he saw an ICBM, and he counted his greens and saw he didn't have enough. But I think he's getting PTSD from last week, where he went all into 2 ICBMs in the blue portal and didn't find a single missile the whole run. So, but it looks like he is going and hitting the bazaars, which is something that he does a lot, which I really like. It does cost you a little bit of time. We modded it in so that the timer keeps moving. So he loses about 20 seconds there every time he visits it, but I think it's good pushing ahead the seeding for the cauldrons and such. Oh, you know what? I like kind of where Disputed's head is at. He used the gun because he saw that there was a crowdfunder on the other side of the stage. And he
Oh,
can kind
yeah.
of use that as like a late game Mithrix builder, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and Rex is another character that already does okay with bleed himself, so you can combo that really well and absolutely own late game.
He does okay. It's better if he has needle tick though. The 0.5 proc coefficient makes it tough sometimes to keep the bleed up. If you miss like, I want to remind chat though, like proc coefficient doesn't just determine the percent chance for an effect to happen, it determines the duration. And so
True.
Rex having a 0.5 proc coefficient on M1 and M2 means that he has half duration of bleed and half percent chance for it to proc. So he can do okay with a fair amount of them, but you have to really focus in. And sometimes in these runs, you can't really focus in on Mithrix. You don't have like the movement or something like that either. But it's not bad. You can definitely make it work. And you can definitely stack high if you have a lot of it, for sure. Just got to be careful, though.
Ooh, Cabbage finds a capacitor.
And there we go. That's kind of what I was kind of thinking is going to happen. Like, Stage 2, they're going to find some equipment that might really challenge the idea of the gun here. So we'll see. We'll see what K does. He might just use the gun and take the capacitor. It's interesting because there are only a few damage equipments in the game that are really transformative for a build in these loadout races. Crowdfunder and capacitor being the main two. So to see them both is kind of crazy. Also, we have a Wake of Vultures for K and a Feather for Cabbage. So a lot of big items just dropping right now. Huge items.
More Beetle Queens. Let's go.
I think if K does find the capacitor, you'll use the gun on the Beetle Queens here, though, which is okay for him.
Yeah. I think it's too much damage to pass up.
Yeah.
Especially if you get bans.
Oh, yeah. Clearly the red is better than the green. Ah, yes, true. Of course, it's red, obviously. I wonder if everyone's going to go for that mountain shrine. It looks like Cap took the crowdfunder as well, which is another thing that I like. It looks like the feather was pretty close to teleporter as well. Everyone should find it. It looks like K did not go in search of equipment barrels, so he's not going to find the capacitor before the boss is going to die. He's either has to use the gun now or just... Yeah.
There's the thought that, oh, if I already have this equipment that I'm going to save, like, I'm not even going to pay attention. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I'm going to just focus my limited amount of funds on opening up chests and try shops.
Yeah. It's just tough. We'll see what he thinks about that when he finds out after, though. One of those moments, because he might just have a really slow Mithrix fight if he doesn't find anything that helps him. Hopefully he doesn't get a Doomstrider Stage 3, that's all I can say, I guess. Because, man, what a kick in the teeth that would be after holding the gun for so long.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, do you just cope?
Yeah, I guess.
But hold it for Stage 5 and...
Maybe? I don't know. It depends on what you find, but that's the tough one.
Okay, second capacitor picked up.
Yeah, as much
Cap
fun
decides that it's better
as the crowdfunder is, has some downsides. It takes more to build it up, and you have to get money in the moon. So capacitor just equals way more free. And it looks like Cap doesn't have enough money for the tri-shop, so... Oh, he's not done with teleport yet. Never mind. I thought he was about to leave.
He's got time.
Yeah.
Oof. Sucks to go for the random on a green shop and get a guillotine.
K still is the Huntress Gauntlet world record holder, I believe. Disputed is the Artie world record holder. Cap just got an Acrid world record, and Cabbage has his own world records. I just don't know which ones. There's too many characters in the game. But all these guys are very prominent record holders in the Gauntlet speedruns. So these are the top guys.
Yeah, and I mean, they're still really, really close in this one. And last one was insanely close as well. So yeah, still anybody's game right now. No clear winner. All right, K's on Stage 3.
Let's see it.
What's it gonna be?
I'm nervous for him, man, because this could make or break his build. He has like a 66% chance to get something he wants. I wouldn't even say it's that much. He might get like a Horde of Many or something horrible. We'll see. About that, though. it's like most or half the players so far found the beautiful Wake of Vultures. Maybe that can just come in long term for like a red printer on stage 5 or a white soup on the moon though. But
Yeah,
honestly, I know
something decent.
I joke around Wake of Vultures a lot, but actually, if you kill a Fire Elite with Rex's M2 and use it on the boss, it's pretty good for the stage part of the game. It's just not going to be helpful during Mithrix, and actually, it's going to be a detriment to your build when you enter Mithrix. So,
Why is
we'll
that?
when you're on Eclipse 8 and you use Wake of Vultures and you kill a shielded elite, your health will turn their shields, and then when it turns back to normal, you won't heal back to full anymore. You'll heal back to the percentage of health you had plus half as much shield as you had. So perfected elites will heal you to half health in the Mythic
Oof.
fight if you kill them.
Fun.
Yeah, really good buff, right?
Red items
Red items.
are the best.
So that's just like one of the things they have to keep in mind. Fortunately, they'll be going so fast that there shouldn't really be too many perfected exploders on the moon, but you know they do exist. So, and especially during pillars and stuff, it can happen. And screw them up.
Is it worth to print one more repulsion armor so that you can guarantee blood pillars?
I don't know. Wait, one more? They're good with one as is.
Oh, you don't take max HP with one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought it was two for whatever reason. Not
No,
E8 player here.
as long as they have something, they're good. But this early, I'm not sure it would be that important to set up for it, but I'm not sure. It's definitely a gamble. A Tenta Bobble drops for Cabbage, which is interesting. And he does take it, so we'll see how that kind of goes. He does have a flower, but you don't really want to use the flower when you're fighting Mythics. So, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, it will take max health away from you, maybe unless you have saber spaces and you kind of want to use it that way. But also, with the 0.5 proc coefficient, the Tenta Bobble isn't going to activate as often as it would on another character. And unfortunately, it's Dune Striders for the teleporter. And K has the gun still in his inventory.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
And it looks like Disputed found a Runald's band, and he's the only one without a gun who didn't take the capacitor for the damage one. So,
Yeah, how the hell is he going to proc that?
we'll see. So far, he has no way of doing it. He's really just hoping for like shurikens or something else to help him out.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way. Looks like
Yeah, now he's
Cap
just gotta
is
hope
getting blasted as well. He is almost died there. Sorry, he's got to hope for what?
I was just going to say he's got to hope that he doesn't know that the other players have the capacitors, but, you know, you got to hope that they don't find that ban
Yeah.
because that'll speed them up miles.
That's
But-
one of the things. Like whenever you pick up an item, you can't directly like make full use out of. You just gotta pray that the other people don't find a way to do it. You know.
Okay.
Kay's picking up his
Oh.
second mired urn. Beautiful.
Double murder. Poor buddy.
And he's just gonna take the gnarled wood sprite with him, which feels kind of bad after saving the gun for that long. But hey,
Double
hopefully he
gnarled wood
finds
sprite.
something.
I mean, now you're hoping for the red that gives you random active items. What is that one called again?
Bottled chaos.
Yeah, because that's the pillar skip, right? You just
Yeah.
that's the best one to have with the bottled chaos.
Oh boy. Well,
Damn.
I appreciate him going for the gamble though. Cabin
Yeah,
the
I'm
stream
glad that
is
somebody did.
absolutely dying for me. Jesus. Come back. Uh-oh.
Oh, cabbages? Yeah, it's struggling for me too.
Okay.
Is that a needle tick on Disputed Origin screen?
I can't see. I need to look at it. It is, yeah. I think he should take it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. I mean, unless he's really trying to gamble on that crowdfunder.
I think even with the crowdfunder, I think Needle Tick's the right choice, but it doesn't look like he's taking it, unfortunately. I
How
think it's
happy
just
is he gonna be to find the Tentabobble though? Is that decent with Crowdfunder as well?
yeah, I would say that's pretty good, right? Because Crowdfunder does have a 1.0 proc, so you're doing a lot of things every second, which is really, really good. I'm actually
Yeah, he doesn't take
surprised.
the needle tick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him about that when he comes in the call later.
Huh. He does have the one bleed, so maybe he's fully in on it, fully in on the cope strat. I mean, because this run doesn't have anything incredible going unless any of these players do find the band. But
I don't even know where
I
he
mean,
found
K
the
doesn't
band.
have the capacitor, huh?
No, I don't even know where he found the band.
Somewhere behind the TP, somewhere
Okay.
over on that end.
Maybe then, maybe the others will. But yeah, you're right though. No one really has like a super successful build yet, so we'll see. Everyone's still trying to find that one like piece to help them out that finishes it off.
And it's funny to see that like some players have found what would help out the other players, but it doesn't
Yeah.
help them. Like with Disputed Origin finding the band, I mean, it's super cool because we just get to sit here as the casters and just laugh in their faces. We get to know that you could have had a better run. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to laugh in misery in this at this angle.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to experience any of it. It's great. The power of hindsight.
K is
4
still
ways.
soaring though. I mean, like
Yeah.
he's just coming out swinging today overall. Like the fact that he is again the only person on stage 4 and just has a very solid lead. Just congrats to him. Hopefully he can keep up this momentum.
He will keep up that momentum unless he loses those 4 watches he has, I think. So
Nearly impossible with this build. That's gonna be hard, but yeah, the 4 watches is definitely what he's got going for him right now.
the thing is, if he loses that, he doesn't have any speed right now. And he only really has like a needle tick and a sticky bomb for damage. So he really needs to keep that up. And without much movement speed to dodge stuff, it feels like it's a ticking time bomb, unfortunately. There was a stat that we kind of pulled from the races. We were able to do some telemetry stuff. And we found out that over 80% of watches in the races break. So,
Really?
yeah,
That's
it's a lot.
crazy.
I don't know if it's gone up or down with time in the past couple weeks, but it definitely always seems like they're broken by the end.
I mean, if Ray dances in the races, then yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we
Yeah,
should get some more stat stuff soon, though, chat. What about Cabbage?
Cabbage heads to stage 4 and doesn't have the band. And Cap looks like he's about to leave as well.
That
Damn.
is tough. This is
That
going
is
to get
unfortunate.
a little rough for them, I think, stage 5, unless something kind of turns around. It looks like Kay just found a card that he does not want to take. He's kind of happy with his wood sprite for now, it seems. And there's a scrapper on stage 4 as well, so there does seem to be an opportunity for a little bit of macro if there's any printers or stuff, but I don't know. It might be a good time to let go of some things that aren't helping the build.
I'm still holding out for the yellow printer. I think it's happening. Stage 5. It's going to be there.
You want to know something that might change your mind?
Can it not spawn there? And you're about to...
Yeah, Sky Meadows can't spawn boss printers, so...
What the hell?
For some reason, it's specifically... uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Kay got really lucky there. The Vagrant was about to explode, and he just, like, went off and started running because he was so scared, but it did just die at the end there, so... Needle Tick got him. Yeah, for some reason, it's the only, like, actual map that just can't spawn them. It's... I don't know why either. It makes me sad, though, on a regular basis.
Yeah, the fact that they can't spawn on stage 5, it just sounds... There's just some things like that in this game that are just goofy, where specific stages just don't spawn specific things that you wouldn't make any sense, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like one of those other things that, because chat kind of seems surprised by that. Stage 3s don't have any mountain shrines.
Yeah, okay, I've learned something as well. I mean, look what stage run is as well. Why can't the Grove Tender spawn?
That's an excellent question.
What the heck is that? Yeah.
It's not Grove enough, I guess. It's too
Yeah,
sunny.
no, it's goofy. Wait, is that an aspect?
I think we just found an aspect on Cabbage's screen. If it would stop
Which
lagging.
aspect is that?
It
Yeah.
looks glacial to me. That is a glacial. So, yeah, if you guys have an aspect on your bingo, make sure to fill that in. We were talking about it today. We're like, no one's going to get the aspect on their bingo today. That's just not going to happen. But hey, there you go. Congrats.
Is the glacial a good aspect to have?
I mean, in this scenario, I would say probably not. Hold on. I need to do like a refresh or something here. Disputed is dying for me screen-wise.
All right, let's just
I shifted an orb.
start CP.
Oh, you crashed.
Oh.
All right, so Disputed got the Rex orb crash. All right. What do we do with you?
Give him bonus points.
Why did you shift an orb? Why did you do this?
Because I didn't think I had that problem. I've shifted
You-
orbs millions of times, and it's
Don't tempt fate.
hasn't been a problem.
Um,
I don't know. It's a function of the game.
go
Like
restart
it's
your
my
game.
fault. Blame Hopu Games.
Yeah, well,
God damn it.
you know about it. Go in the help desk. Go restart your game, and come back in with proper save, and we'll discuss what happens after.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Just don't win with bonus points, and you'll probably be fine.
Well, that's what I'm going for, man.
Damn, unfortunate. Yeah, that's
Well-
a tough bug.
Yeah. And it sucks because I was just talking about it like a couple minutes ago. The caster curse got me that no one really has like problems with their game and proper save, having to do all that kind of nonsense. But here we are in hell.
So
Yeah.
why is that a problem in this specific scenario?
So it's a problem here because Disputed has seen the stage, right? So he's not going in blind
Okay.
anymore. So we'll see what time he leaves the stage and discuss after, I suppose. And we'll talk to the others in the help desk and see if they want to come up with a fair solution for it. I'll leave it the host for now. I know he's listening. Cabot's stream is absolutely shitting itself for me.
Yeah,
is.
he's just. I think he's just having connection struggles.
Yeah,
It happens.
it's
Oh, it's
unfortunate.
Comcast.
The Comcast gambit.
Dude, I pay for Comcast Business, and it still cuts out.
I've heard that people, like streamers that do that, like it's totally not worth it. Like for some reason, just doesn't help. So.
The only reason that I find that it's worth it is because when I've had an issue, they come out within 3 hours.
Oh, that is
Like you have a
nice.
technician at your door in 3 hours. But yeah,
That's fair.
well, unfortunate for Disputed. He tempted fate. Isn't that bug like one where like a lot of people just don't have it, but once you start having it, you're gonna have it or something?
Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those bugs that we just don't really fully understand yet for some reason after all these years. It either just seems like you have it or you don't. And I guess
It's like the red ring of death from the
yeah.
Xbox 360.
If you guys want to find out if you have said crash, go out and shift a Vagrant Orb or a Wisp Orb and see if you crash. It's fun. So by the way, Kay scrapped on stage 4 and went into the blue portal. And since that was his first blue portal, it was the same as Cabbage's first blue portal that we saw earlier, and so he
That's how
got the
they
ICBM. Yeah,
I didn't know that that's how they work.
yeah,
That's crazy. Wait, that's massive tech.
yeah. Well, we custom coded it that way, but it's the way it works here.
Oh, okay, okay. So does he have any missiles that can work with it though? Like,
No.
but he's got the ICBM
He's
pod.
got it. It's a huge
Let's
gamble. See if it
go.
pays off. He was really betting on that gun, and now that didn't work. He's betting on something else. So we'll see.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Big.
Can you go in Disputed's call thing and make sure he's joined the race?
Make sure he's joined the. What does that mean?
He'll know what it means.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right. Interesting though, developments. I really hope that Kate does find a missile because otherwise, I mean, dude, it looks like Cap did the same thing. He's going after the missile play.
It's gonna pay off. It's not copium. It feels like ICBM is like the one thing that people always go for before they have something that synergizes with it. You know,
It's
feels like
just
there's
too
other
fun.
things where it'll be like, yeah. I mean, I just feel like it's like the one power spike that is worth it tentatively.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, it is an unbelievable power spike if you can get it.
Oh yeah. Not only do you get triple missiles, but you get damage bonus on them as well, which is just like, okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like it. You would think that like all red items in the game would scale something like that, but then there's like there's just like Aegis and Nukahanas. There's like, yep, okay, we don't do nearly as much.
I
Yeah.
don't know, the power differences between some of the items in the game is shocking, even within the same tiers. You know, you can see something like Planula and then something like Charge Perforator in the same tier of items, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
Planula
something
doesn't
like
make a whole lot of sense.
Aegis and any other red in the game.
You know,
It looks like everyone, besides Disputed, he's going through some stuff. Everyone should have been on stage 5 already, so everyone was making good time, at least with their builds so far. But I don't think we have anything crazy for Mithrix yet. Still, like, I think they could totally beat Mithrix. I think it would take a while. I think Kay would need to not lose his watches still, because I think that's the majority of his damage, but, you know, it's still not... Oh,
look what just dropped on the ground
I don't see it.
on cap screen, the missile launcher.
Oh, nice. I was looking
That's pretty
everywhere.
good.
That can work. I think he didn't take it, so he might not want to take it yet or at all. The thing
Yeah.
is, with DML, it's really appealing with ICBM, but it has a 45-second cooldown, which is really rough.
Yeah.
And so that's like the only thing that he's probably thinking about. Like, I could use it. It does do a lot. And it looks like he's going to take it here and just kill the boss pretty fast. Look at that damage. Pretty good. But his damage is going to come in kind of spikes for the Mythics fight if he's going to take it. So we'll see. Definitely not an easy solution, though, yet. It is nice, though. It looks like Kay jumps on the opportunity to have a DML instead of whatever else he had, so...
The wood sprite. Yeah. might go with that. Yeah, maybe that one's slightly better.
It looks like they kind of, as far as we know, from what they've looted on the stage 5, there's still not anything else either. They got a rejuve rack, so that's like the red they got. But I think they're kind of hoping for soup. See if they can get like a missile there or just something. At least they have a feather. So the Mythic fight will be comfortable as far as, I guess, surviving. But we're going to have to buckle up for this road trip of a fight, I imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute, but hopefully we get good soup.
It looks like Kay is burning, but it looks like he's all right. Actually, the Wungus with the rejuve actually makes it so you can out heal the burn. So, or as many burn
Double
stacks as he had.
Rungus, double Mired Urn, Rejuve.
Yeah.
What can kill? Oh, that can kill this man.
Yep, he almost died actually. His elixir actually just saved all of his watches there, so that's good. I think it's also a bingo square if anyone has that one. Good.
So pretty whenever you hit the missile launcher.
All right, it's the absolute armada.
Yeah, that's nice. Second Tentabobble at least.
That is
How does
nice.
Tentabobble scale?
It actually stacks incredibly well. It's one of the best stacking items in the game. Not only do you get duration increased for Tentabobble, you get percent chance to proc. So it's both.
Damn.
Which is crazy. If you have only a few of them, you can pretty much just make sure Mithrix does not move the whole entire fight.
Is that gonna make Disputed Origins crowdfunder if he keeps it? Like very much worthwhile?
I don't know if worthwhile is a good descriptor for it, but it'll be okay. What's up, Wooly? How's it going, dude?
Like I said, everything this guy's saying, I agree with.
Where are
Thanks.
you?
Huntress is the best character in the game. That is true. Yes.
Are you at an Applebee's or something? Where are you?
I'm on my phone, dude.
I can tell.
I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to break in.
No, it's good. How's it going?
All right. Good luck. I'm doing well. Good luck to the racers and have fun, everybody.
He's
Bye,
up, man.
Wooly.
One's in chat if Willie's a goober.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that actually.
Sorry, my BBM. Sorry, we're professionals here. Sorry about that.
Very professional. Cavendish is the first one on the moon, by the way. And let's see what his build is kind of looking like. Man, I know it might be hard to tell because my cabbage quality is a little bit low at the moment because his internet is Comcasting. But he has 2 needle tick. He has 4 watches. And that's his main damage. That is pretty much all he's got. So nothing to really help the capacitor here. No bans or anything like that. He's got some okay AoE with the ukuleles, but honestly, most of what all he has is just utility or healing, or some variant of it. He's got a feather and 2 opals though, so it looks like he's okay as far as surviving, but we'll see. Cap is going in on the moon right now, and he has DML with ICBM, and then a watch and 3 needle ticks, so pretty similar. He's got 1 crit actually.
It's interesting to see that K gets passed because K is like hardcore cope looting. Like he's trying to find anything. Probably pretty nervous about this Mithrix fight. I mean, like the odds that at least one player plus 5s is it's not super low. You know, like
Oh no,
they've got no speed.
Yeah. It looks like K and Cap, though, found a little bit of the AP printer, which I don't think Cabbage found on stage 5, so that's a big bonus for him.
Yeah, and Cap also opting to take the missile launcher as well. So Cabbage, the only one left with the capacitor. He's gonna feel really bad if there's something that, like a band or something up here that makes the capacitor more worthwhile.
Yeah. It's always interesting to see how the equipments kind of just like change for everybody, because most of the time it's just by choice. The items they get and pick up and keep aren't always like by choice, but equipment usually are. And how people kind of like judge what the run is and what they should take is always interesting by the end of it. I always like it. And let's see what Cabbage sees on the soup. So we see a pauldron, we see slugs. I can't even see these. That looks like another wake of vultures.
Hell yeah.
And a feather, and there's a green behind him. It's a band, so it is actually
Hell yeah.
okay for the capacitor here. I don't know if he's going to print any, though. He didn't take the time to print on stage 4, so he didn't have any scrap, but he might do it. He doesn't want to lose his repulsion armor plate, though, either, because if he does, then he can't do blood pillars, if that's kind of what he has. So we'll see.
I mean, I'd go for it. That was a Kajaro's band, right? Looked like a red band. And if it is, I mean, like the phase 4 skip that's a big time saver.
It also works very well with Tenta Bubble too.
True.
And he lost a little bit of speed. He lost pennies. He lost watch, a backup mag. He went for 2. It's a Runel's band, by the way.
Oh.
He lost an opal, 2 more slugs. So this is what Cabbage did, and this is really important. He also just printed a behemoth, which I think he should have printed before he took the bans, but that was a little bit of a misstep, maybe. But this is what he did. He got rid of the Nukahanas first, so he had extra white items that he did not want in his build before he started printing bans, and that's important. And he did lose basically way more slugs, right? Because he had Rejuve Rack and Wake of Vultures to get rid of, so 6 extra slugs, and he lost a lot of those for bans, so it felt pretty free. It looks like Cap is going after a feather here, taking the feather, leaving it on the ground, and then getting the behemoth, which is what Cabbage should have done, I believe.
He didn't lose pretty much anything of value there. I saw 2 guillotines going. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not going to be upset about that.
Oh, this is nice. This is interesting. And he's done with 1 pillar, and we'll see if he goes... And he does actually get another feather, and that's another slug that was taken as well. So the slugs were a huge value to get first. And that's just another reminder. Make sure to do that. Make sure to kind of supplement the item type that you want with trash before you take soup or something. If you can, try to save the good things if it's a random choice.
This is another crazy close race, man. God damn. All like literally the fact that they're all doing the same pillar right now. Like they're all just in the exact same spot around the exact same time. Nobody's +5'd yet. That's crazy.
I'm sure Disputed would be just around the same spot too. Reminder chat, we base scores off of in-game time, so Disputed being behind right now is not a big deal. He's at 31 minutes on his clock because he had to restart, so we'll see what time he's at when he gets to the pillar portion, if he has to do them. It looks like just doing 2 design pillars right here back to back, they'll get it done really quick. Looks like the pillars aren't going too bad either, especially for the DML gang. And especially now for Cabbage, now that he has a couple bans and a behemoth with his capacitor, really paid off.
Yeah, I wonder if Cap is biting himself over not keeping the capacitor now that after he sees the bans.
He might, because that was the last choice he made before he left, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. But either way, I mean, he knows that he wouldn't have made any use out of his ICBM, but maybe it was just one of those things he had to let go of something, so. I don't know, hard choice.
Yeah, I mean, with how close these players too, I mean, it's gonna matter. Whichever combo is better. Is it the missile launcher with ICBM or is it 2 bans with a capacitor? Like, what is the overall powerhouse? It's probably capacitor, right?
I would think so, yeah. And we gotta look at Cabbage's build. He also has crowbars, which now are able to be used, whereas before they weren't, because he had no like burst damage in his build, really.
True.
So it does help him out a little bit. He is at half health, though. Pretty much everyone is around at half health right now, so we'll see. This isn't going to be the easiest fight.
It's over half. K's the only one that's looking okay.
Yeah. And it's
He
only
gets hit,
barely. Well, he actually used his flower. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's actually saying, okay, I don't have that much health. It doesn't really matter at this point. If I use my R, it won't cost me permanent damage or a ton of it, or one-shot protection, rather. It will still do permanent damage, but it won't be as dramatic. So he's just saying, screw it, let's just go for it. Seems like. And he also has a Rejuve Rack, so he's able to heal up very fast, actually, after he uses the R, so it's not really a lot of downtime here. But we can already see on Cabbage's screen, I mean, Mithrix is just being tented right in the middle. He's not able to move, just getting capacitored. And when Mithrix is inevitably released from his prison, Cabbage will just shift away and be easy.
Trivializes this fight a little bit, huh?
Yeah, phase 1 is definitely nothing. Phase 3, we still have pizza, but we'll see how that goes.
Cabbage already to stage 2, but he's got no health. 430.
One orb from a wisp will kill him right here. He's got to be careful not to reflexively shift the orb because he might crash. So one of those things. It looks like Cabbage is getting... Okay, he's good. The needle tick came through at the end there and killed the wisp that was hurting him. But you can see it on Cap's screen right now too. Like, he's just able to stay so far away. And with the slows that Rex has, plus the Tentabobble, you can just stay at the edge of the arena and just control Mithrix so much that, you don't even have to move, really. So, that's just the benefit of Rex. It's hard to get to Mithrix sometimes. And, oh, that's a +5 for Disputed, unfortunately, on stage 5. Not only did he +5, but he also lost his watches, which were a huge part of his damage. And that's a +5 for Cap, which is also unfortunate. I don't know what just happened to him, but yeah.
Now it starts.
They'll flood in.
Feels like Lazarus wings are an infection. Once one person gets one, it starts spreading quick.
Floodgates open.
Oh man. Hey, now at least he's got a lot of health to work with.
I guess so. That's a silver lining.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly what this race was just waiting to come down to, was if you can hold out and play it perfectly, you might get the win. Because fuck, if anything else is gonna give you a good lead over anybody else, because these guys are too good. Pizza almost got K there. He was really close.
Yeah, he's weaving. It's always a little bit scary with larger hit boss characters to weave back over the pizza line sometimes, but sometimes you just got to do it, especially when you have such low speed. You can't always get ahead of it. It looks like Cabbage just died as well. I don't know if he died to specifically pizza, but he died during pizza. So that's a loss of watches and a +5 for him. K is the only one to not have died yet, and he's coming to a close on Mithrix Phase 3. So if he can avoid death here, he can be the one that... Oh! I don't know if anyone saw that on K's screen. That was insane.
What, the route traveling across the entire screen?
So what happened was... Yeah, K is fine. What happened was that Mithrix jumped in the air off of a rock, and K rooted him at the same moment, and it, I guess, reversed the direction enough, and slammed Mithrix into the floor, which killed him for fall damage for the last about 20% of his health.
Huh. Is that a new tech?
That, I will say, is not something I've seen on PC. I've seen players have similar things on console, but that's awesome. That's sick.
Wait, apparently he phase 4 skipped with that.
He phase 4 skipped once Mythics jumped back to the middle.
Oh, okay. How do you phase 4 skip with Rex? Is it with his M2? Since it's like
M2 or missiles can work. You can do it with his M1, I believe, which is
you
kind
just
of
have to time it fucking perfectly. Yeah. Damn. What a goddamn player, man. K is just shining today.
And not only that, no +5 on his item list, so good job.
Yeah. I mean, is there room for bonus points here, you think?
Absolutely.
Fucking. Wow.
Well, I mean, looking at K right now, right? He's going to finish up, and as long as he just charges the ship, Cabbage is going to finish up at roughly the same real time, and that's a 5-minute difference, and that's a bonus point, so...
K's asking if he wants to wait because he feels bad for what he did.
No. We have a rule that we kind of have the players agree to when they join in the races and stuff, that you're not going to just fall damage cheese Mithrix intentionally off the ramps, because it's not fun to watch. It's kind of just, whatever. But that wasn't the same thing So I think that's what he's worried about, but he's absolutely in the clear. He's fine. And we'll talk to him about that and what happened as well when he gets in. That was really cool, actually.
Yeah, it looked so cool. Like he should not lose anything off that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it looked awesome. That was really cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about it being a boring moment, I don't think that's at all what it was.
Do we get
That
3+
was-
allies on one person? Yes. Cabbage has 3 at the moment with Beetle Guard. Yeah, sorry, Cabbage's res is tough right now. Him and Cap are having internet problems today a little bit.
I've managed to get Cabbage back to a decent resolution. I just had to like manually put him back there.
It froze for me when I did that. I'll do it after he gets through here, though. But I want to make sure everything's okay and doesn't freeze for the other guys.
Wow,
Hopefully-
K with a very, very good finish there.
Yeah, let's talk
What
to
a
him
champion.
about that. Hello. Hello, you guys. Congrats. So, first of all, Kay, you're fine. Okay.
Okay.
Before you're worried about it. But tell us what happened. Because I saw it, but it was pretty sick, actually.
I mean, I didn't see too much of it. He was finished with pizza. I turned around to M5 him so he'd stay there and I could like be safe during his non-pizza phase 3. And something must have happened with the rock. Maybe I pulled him back onto it because he was dragged across the entire arena and ended up on 1 HP, literally 1 HP. I don't know if that was because of the fall damage, because
Yeah,
he can't die of it.
He can't die
Yeah.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know what happened. It probably saved me like 30 seconds to a minute. But I mean, I didn't do it, and I didn't know it was possible. I was like, what the fuck happened?
No, it's actually
So-
really sick. I have a guess for how it actually worked because of the kind of flow that a character, or the kind of state that a character gets into when they start being in the air and stuff. And you pulling them back into the ground with that, doing that much fall damage was actually really cool. I wonder if there's a way to replicate that. Cap is actually dying, going to the ship.
Relatable.
Huh.
Relatable.
Careful.
The
He has
rogue
really low
pizza.
health. If he gets hit by something like an orb, he's dead at the ship here. So hopefully he does not throw it there. Disputed, unfortunately, had the shift orb crash, stage 4.
Oh.
So he's a little bit behind. He got the proper save back into stage 4, but we'll see how his run goes. He's just got to the moon now.
Yeah, I was then thinking, while fall damage isn't allowed, it's just with ramps, right? Because we don't
Yeah.
want to use ramps. But that was like, if that is possible to replicate like consistently, that's a super cool tech.
That's
actually,
fine.
So.
That's sick as hell.
Yeah.
Mythic Statue on the rocks usually zoop him. Yeah, he'll ramp off of anything if you put like an object in between the both of you pretty consistently. So other than that, how did you two find the run to be?
Yeah,
Garbage
the
run go
move-
next.
the movement speed was cool. I just like the safer spaces. Where was it?
It did not
I practiced
exist
for
as
this
far as I
moment.
know.
I practiced for this moment.
So
apart from that,
it was funny because Cabbage, you went into the blue portal, and obviously didn't have enough greens, but you looked at the ICBM. But Kay went in later and got the ICBM, and he eventually got the DML, but no missiles, like no missile items. So
Okay.
yeah, you had some, I don't want to say revenge, but it
Yeah,
happened.
the only thing I think that you missed, Cabbage, and I think Kay missed it as well, but I think it mattered more for you since you had the capacitor, was there was a Ronald's band on stage 3 behind the TP, like off in the cave.
Okay.
ooh,
Yeah, the only person to find it was Disputed Origin, but he kept the crowdfunder from stage 1.
He kept the crowdfunder on.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then said no
Disputed's
to
doing
Needle
it.
Tick for a
Oh.
minute.
No to needle
Doesn't have
tick.
safer spaces. I don't know what he's doing.
he gambled on either Opal or just the 2 tougher times he has.
I guess he did.
I thought about it, but no, no.
I probably should have. I died to Mythics anyway.
Same.
But that's a
I don't know what I could have done, honestly.
Oh, I could have definitely just used my feather and dodged the shockwave to not die to Mithrix, but you know.
Right as you died, Disputed died. So I looked at him and then I saw a flash from you and I was like, I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, it was Mithrix shockwave. I jumped really early. Dude, the shockwave felt like it was going so slow, but I jumped too early and then I forgot I had the feather. Took the +5 and yeah,
rough.
you know. Unfortunate. I only had half of my HP for the Mithrix fight after doing pillars though. That was rough.
I think
anyone do
everyone did.
What equipment is everyone using then? What did we do?
And capacitor.
I had a DML and an ICBM.
Okay, cool. That's what I did. Nice.
Yeah.
I felt like more people were gonna do that. It was a free blue portal on stage 4. Our greens were pretty trash.
Wait, no, it wasn't free, right? I hit the nude.
No, there was no free pool portal.
Yeah, I hit the nude on stage 4, so you must have too, probably.
I didn't, but okay.
All right.
Interesting.
We'll
Maybe
have to look back at that,
thought
I guess.
did, you know, maybe I walked towards it and thought I hit it, but it was already like done, you know.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah,
Cabbage got an aspect. I didn't
yeah,
mention
Nice.
that.
The
It was
mending one?
glacial, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
useless. All right.
Yeah.
That's
It
pretty
was
cool,
cool though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool because
neat.
Cabbage was the one to say before the race, yeah, aspect's not gonna happen.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you guys
mean,
were
it
talking about
never
that for the
happened,
bingo.
Yeah, it is for the bingo.
but I downloaded the Z aspect mod, so that has a higher drop chance now.
Yeah, 1 in 400 instead of 1 in 4,000.
Yeah, I actually cranked it up to 1 in 100. So,
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, mine's 1 in 1.
Did anyone go
actually.
into moon soup, the moon cauldrons?
Cabbage? Did.
yeah, I got 6 cautious slugs. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I went for Behemo and Feather.
All right, cool. That's what we did. Like the same thing. Then you just did it a lot faster.
I mean, you died, I didn't.
Yeah, but even with the death, it still would have been 3 minutes faster. It's pretty good. Good time.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yours is awesome. I mean, it's fucking no movement speed. I expected
Yeah.
at least someone to die like 15 times, and Disputed is only at, like, it's 1 and the one where he tried to skip, so it's... Honestly, everyone played pretty solid from what I've seen without having seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. It's kind of I mean, like we had okay damage. I feel like it was mediocre overall. I think I felt more comfortable after finding the ICBM DML combo, but I don't know. It was kind of just mediocre, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, we had
I just noticed that Disputed can no longer get points after that last death. We should
He's
probably
having
just
fun, though, I think.
probably pull him out, honestly.
He looks
Yeah,
like he's having fun.
I think he wants to
No,
play
he
this,
wants to do
actually.
these pillars. Yeah.
We'll
No,
wait
let
till he
him do
does the pillars,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, and then put him out. Exactly. Let him enjoy this.
Oh
There
man.
you go. Hey, he's
Oh, no.
glooping.
He's
He's
glooping.
oh,
All right, take him out. Take him out.
Yeah,
please.
Alright,
get him
you-
out.
Poor
Evacuate.
guy.
Someone go in there.
Yeah, that's the Rex experience I was hoping everyone had with no movement speed.
I glooped and almost grubbed it.
I saw right
Yeah,
at the
we
end.
saw that, yeah.
God.
Oh, we get to see the Wake of Vultures bug. Oh, never mind, we don't. Never mind.
Watch bug.
Half health.
No, he has rejuvenation rack. It's fine.
Oh yeah, true.
True.
Actually,
Oh, that's cool. You can actually talk about that. Talk about it. Cast.
I did
No,
already,
don't.
but yeah, with Rejuve Rack, it cancels it out. Smile.
Oh shit, broken item. So good.
Alrighty. Hello, Disputed.
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Yeah. All right. So that was an interesting run from every angle, actually, from in my opinion. So Kay actually held the gun until stage 3, and then you guys had Mired Urn drop. So not, anyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Cabbage got an aspect. Disputed had a crash because of the Rex bug.
That's funny.
It was interesting all around. 2 of you guys took the ICBM from the soup and found no missiles except the DML.
There's a firework printer
Oh, was there? Where?
very early on.
Oh, very early.
Before the ICBM. Yeah.
Oh,
None of
fun.
us saw a caffeinator, right?
I was
Not
gonna
that I
think
know
so.
of.
I didn't see one.
That would have been an interesting play, actually.
Yeah, that could have been good.
I took crowdfunder and then found nothing that worked.
Yeah,
Wake of Vultures
unfortunately.
was actually really clutch in that run. I got through all of my bosses
Ooh.
just by opening Void Cradles and then getting the Void Wake of Vultures buff, and then I just melted everything with the Crowd Thunder. If I
It's
didn't
actually
have
a good
that,
use
I would have
for it.
been Copium
It's pretty
so
cool.
much earlier.
Why didn't you take the needle tick on stage 3 disputed?
I was banking on a bleed printer. It's like Needle
Rex
Tick is
Bleed?
good,
Oh, I guess Crowdfunder.
but it's just on Mithrix. Needle Tick is kind of not my favorite.
You only had one bleed, so I was really hoping you'd take some extra damage.
I
There was
did.
no
I mean,
damage anywhere on the run for anybody. There was some watches, but everyone broke them, pretty much. So
there's a
It was the AP
capacitor.
printer.
oh yeah, there was
Yeah.
at the end. That's right. Yeah. I don't think Cabbage went into that one though. I think he was the
I
only one.
didn't see it.
It was on
Yeah, he's
stage
bad.
5, near one of the rock bridges, I believe.
Yeah, under the highest point on the stage.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. I think by the end though, Cabbage had the most damage for Mithrix, I think. Well, maybe not because he didn't go to AP, but he did have the couple bands with Capacitor and Behemoth, which was not bad at all. Because
Couple
the
bands.
soup. The
There was
soup
one
did-
band on Sky Meadow, right? And then I think when I got pulled in, Ross was saying that there's one on stage 3.
the soup. Moon soup.
Yeah, it's just
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any other. There were no bands. You don't have any bands this run, Cap. You're thinking of last run or something.
I thought I saw. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think there
that's
was a
probably it.
band in the Modi shop, but
Oh, was there?
I got nice bands somewhere.
yeah,
Oh,
I
you
don't know
did.
I think I saw a
remember you
band
did.
somewhere, but I purposefully didn't get it. I
Yeah.
think.
I didn't take a capacitor though. I think I just got it from a chest.
Yeah, you got it from a chest that was on stage 3, like behind the teleporter.
Damn. It's a good find.
Damn.
Only if you have the capacitor, because without it, you don't have a band proc.
Yeah, I wouldn't like.
Yeah. Only person to find it, only person that didn't have capacitor.
Sad.
No, I didn't have it. I didn't have
Oh
the
yeah, because you kept the gun.
That was interesting because everyone had like things that other people would have wanted the whole run. But no one really
Like
had enough
skeleton.
damage or speed. Yeah.
I mean, no one had speed, right? There wasn't like a
Speed
hidden
is horrible.
No.
instant speed printer. Okay.
All you guys had were the feather, basically.
I tried the host skip with tougher times
Yeah,
and
but
it faster.
that
That would have been cool, though.
the gamble.
Yeah, I respect it.
I also
Actually,
What I
respect
should
it.
have done, I had Wake of Vultures. I could have gotten a perfected kill and then done it.
No. No,
True.
you couldn't have. You didn't have enough movement speed because you needed to do the jump twice. I thought about it as well, but
Yeah, but
there's
then I
no
would
way.
have only had to gamble Teddy's once.
Yeah, I guess.
Instead of
But you'd
twice.
lose the gamble anyway. And there was an energy
that's
drink
cope.
in the adaptive chest on stage 4.
Oh, I forgot
yeah.
about that one. I was going to open
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it was decently
Same.
far in, but yeah.
I always forget about him too.
I
it's
missed it. And I did the stage 4 3 times.
funny.
Wow, interesting.
Damn.
Well, if you guys are ready for the best railgunner run you've ever seen, we're ready to boot up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This is everyone's
Alright.
favorite loadout, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
alright.
pressing
Just-
shift and
fun.
Just
then
making sure.
I'm
pretend
gonna
jump.
gamble again. Give me
Good
the
luck.
tougher times.
I'll see you guys after.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck.
That should be good.
Yeah, this one's gonna be goofy.
Oh, polar mines. What do you even say about these? They're
I have no idea because I have refused to ever use them. So
Well, I will say it has the coolest effect in the game. Visually. It is very cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And that's it. So that's kind of where we're at. For
Hey,
a speed
look,
run.
more speed than they had on the entire run.
Oh, nice. Right
Last
there.
run.
Boom. Nice. So this is kind of, obviously you can tell from our tone about this loadout, it's kind of different from the loadout that any of these guys would take normally in a railgunner run. While the M2 isn't necessarily bad, it's one that I think is kind of overshadowed a bit by the reloadable one, if you're very good with it, especially if you're trying to go very fast. And the shifts, I'm not going to say much about it. The special, though, the crouch guard is actually really good. Racer Icons, I got you. The special, is a lot better than I think a lot of people think it is. A lot of people look at Supercharge and they're like, man, it does so much damage. It's the best. But that cooldown on it can really affect your DPS a lot. Meanwhile, this one does pretty much always enough damage to kill what you're shooting with an execute as well, and it stops Mithrix and executes him also. So, and it has no extra cooldown stopping you. So, I think I don't want to say it's overwhelmingly that people like this one over the other, but I think it's decently enough split that this isn't a strange special for them to be using. It's mostly just the M2 and the shift here. And what we'll probably also see is people using the shift while they're running because they have muscle memory of mining themselves around. And they might just see that.
We've all look, Cabbage just did it right there. Yeah,
That
I've been
uncomfortable
watching.
feeling when you're just trying to move and you can't and you're like, oh. It's horrible, but the other thing about this M2 that should be taken note of, it doesn't pierce like the other one does. And that's kind of one of the larger things going through the stages. Also, what can happen is like on K screen, it's not that it's happening here, but a lot of people generally, when they use this M2, like to really hold down M2 and really just stay in the scope and just shoot stuff. But I think that kind of creates a tunnel vision kind of moment where it's easy for players to get hit and not be as aware of their surroundings all the time. So you got to be a little bit careful of managing that. They probably should be zooming out a little bit, at least sometimes, to move around a little bit more. But it depends on the situation, obviously. I like Cap's colors with this one, the golden railgun.
Apparently, a storm just took out our AC and it's not working for whatever reason. So I'm about to get toasty in here, man.
That's a rip.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's nothing more uncomfortable, actually, than losing your freedom AC.
Damn. Yeah, and it's like 95 degrees outside, but I'll manage. All right. Anything
95?
special
Terrible.
they've got yet? Looks like all their loot is fairly similar.
It's pretty normal. They're pretty standardized across the board so far. Disputed's the only one with less loot, it seems. It looks like he was going for the gamble on the Gore's Tome during the teleporter, but it doesn't even look like he looted that much after. There was a chest right next to him, and he just opted not to go for it. But we know that these racers know that they're going to get bans this stage, so we'll see. As long as they roll pots, anyway.
That was an empathy core printer, wasn't it?
It looked like it, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We know what Disputed's hoping for now. We'll see.
Yeah.
So with
One
normal
time you're
mines,
hoping for a Beetle Queen with a BG.
I know, please. It's always, I swear to God, it's always the stages that have like the coolest boss printers that you want. You're just not gonna find a boss item on that stage. It's terrible.
So, yeah, absolutely not.
Oh, and Disputed got the pot really well done. One kickflip and done for the pot you have to catch next to the rock. Very good execution on Disputed's part there. I was going to mention the fact that you can push around pots with the default mines, so they might be kind of used to that in Railgunner. So they kind of lose a tool in their kit for this with the Polar Field, but
the Polar Field still doesn't deal damage, does it?
It does nothing besides slow.
Okay, that's good. At least that it wouldn't like just start executing your pots.
It actually gives them a weird effect where like it does affect them. Like when you try to push it in the Polar Field, actually, it like tries to slow the pot because it counts as an entity or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, very.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's good to see the Disputed is still like really, really in this. Like he seems angry at his previous performances and is not letting it affect his mental. I mean, it's affecting his mental in a good way. Because I mean, he got that pot insanely well. He's already downstairs getting the bans, which is just going to give him more speed. Whereas Cap is opting to do the TP early so that he can go for the bans as quickly as possible too.
I mean, like looking at K here, he's trying to get the pot, and he's just not getting it as cleanly as Disputed did. And now he might have to wait until after teleporter, because maybe we'll see. It depends on what kind of enemies spawn near him. So, like for Disputed to get it that quick was huge. He really needed that.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely killing it right now. 5 minutes 40, already coming out of the hole. Yeah, I
Boom,
mean, like,
Dan's
what more do you
done.
need?
Just a little bit of movement, and he's happy, probably.
Yeah. Like, you're just going to go TP to TP and probably just loot what's nearby. Especially with the Gorst Home.
Oh, yeah. I imagine that's what he's going to go for right now, right? Anyway, just TP, and he's out. He's getting some Gome drops and seeing if he can get some chests on the way to the teleporter, probably, though. It looks like Cabot is struggling with this pot a little bit, which is not in a good spot, especially with so many wisps around and stuff. And beetle guards. Gotta be careful with those beetle guards. They might miss you, and it just happened. They might miss you with their attack,
Man.
but it can go behind you and hit the pot. So Cabot has really got to hope that the other button has a pot near it that he can use. It might. It's kind of near the teleporter, so gotta be a little bit careful.
I don't think there was one super close by. Like, looking right now on Disputed Origin screen, I don't think he shot any. And there's... Oh, no, there's one, like, right there. I guess you could kickflip over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're really going to have to work that one, though.
And he's gonna have to
Damn.
spend a little bit extra time and after the teleporter too. So like the teleporter event might just go worse because no bans. It's gonna be fine. He's real gunner, but it's gonna take a bit. Cap is done with the teleporter and he's focusing on the pot here too. And he's getting it.
Ooh,
You can see on
chooses to
his
slow it
screen.
down, too.
Yeah, the pot is like has a frozen texture on it a little bit. It's fun. I think when you use the polar field for like a very small moment, it kind of almost pulls the pot towards it. Like a very slight amount, it kind of seemed like. And does he get it here? Should be a good kickflip. And there he goes. Good job. A lot of new players look at that spot and they're just like, that's impossible. I'm not doing that, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks as long as you know how to kickflip.
Yeah, I'm just starting to get my kickflips down.
Mm-hmm.
Just starting to get them solid.
A good tip for kickflipping, chat, is stand on the opposite side of the pot of the direction you want it to go. It helps out a ton. And there's a couple void critters on this map too.
Yeah, and Disputed's still looting.
I'm
It's
actually
almost a wonder
surprised
if he
about
should have
that.
just gone. Yeah.
I think there's 2 needle tick on this map. And void cradles, actually. I think they both have it. Which could be worse. Looks
Yeah, I
like
mean,
this
for this
beard's going
character,
for it
you
though.
definitely want it.
Yeah. The this M2, because it has a lot more attack speed, like effectiveness, you can really build a couple of its syringes and then just really start blasting with this M2. Oh, my thing is dying again. 1 second, chat room. Okay. Didn't miss anything important. Looks like Cabbage is going for the other button, and he's almost got it, and there he goes. We can see on cap screen the actual... Oh, the polar field. He might actually die here. He paused because he knows how close he is to death.
Oof.
Oh my god. Don't die!
Oof.
Oh, that's a +5 to the elders in the cave, man.
This is why Polar Field is fucking trash. Just letting you guys know.
Thank you, Cap. Appreciate it. Oh my god. He tried to be cheeky with the polar field a little bit and, you know, like, stop the projectiles, but it really, like, didn't, and then he just got hit by him anyway. Oh, man. Well, that's not a good +5 to have in your run so early, honestly. But with polar field, anything is possible. So maybe the other players will suffer similar fates just elsewhere.
Disputed still with a pretty commanding lead here.
Which is really interesting to me, actually.
Ooh, crowbar.
Oh,
Chooses to
huge.
go for the gas.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, you know why? Some backstory on Disputed. He absolutely detests this map. It's his least favorite, and he really likes having some AoE on this map to not deal with the hordes of pests and stuff. So I think he kind of took a the Band-Aid solution here, the short-term solution. But I mean, if it gets them to if it gets them to Mythrix, then hey. But I would have
Yeah,
liked to see that
absolutely.
crowbar though. That would have been really nice.
Yeah, I mean, crowbar plus bands on something like Mithrix is
Oof.
that's a lot.
It's not even that uncommon to see players pretty much one-shot Mithrix, even in the races here with so like few items compared to normal runs and stuff. So, I mean, it just shows how powerful she is as a character, though.
Yeah, she's a little busted, huh?
Cabbage is doing the polar field for Elder Lemurian fireballs as well, creating a wall of fire in front of him that all are now being released. It's so funny.
It's so dangerous. It looks like. Is that actually like really like a good tech?
No. It makes everything so much harder, it feels like, honestly.
It looks so hard. It doesn't look good.
Honestly, like if you're in a hallway, you just might as well not use it because, like, but if you're like moving around somewhere, it could be like a wall if you're moving away from it. But oh man,
Yeah.
it's also just tough too because it slows enemies, but it's pretty much canceled out by Eclipse's faster moving enemies. So they just kind of move like monsoon enemies while they're inside the field. So it's not really that much of a change for them.
Yeah. Disputed already 50% done with the TP. Look at this kid go. Sorry, look at this grandpa go.
Yeah, there you go. Honestly, I looked away. I don't even know what the boss was, to be honest.
I couldn't have told you.
I know
either.
what the boss is because he got a Queen's Gland.
Oh,
I figured it out, everybody.
of course you get the Queen's Gland one stage after the Empathy Core printer.
I know, right? It's
The game
always
is
when you
humorous, man.
don't want it.
The game loves you.
Well, at least he has a friend now. There's that.
An undying, he'll never leave you. Friend for life.
And tell him Mithrix offers some chocolates or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you like to think of it as the same Beetle Guard respawning over and over again? Or you're just continuously getting a new one?
You know what? I don't think about it really, but I think the first. I think I like to
think of it as
imagine.
the first.
Yeah. A little guy.
He's like Wolverine, though. He does feel all the pain.
Yeah. Stuck in a cycle of torment and pain forever. Oh yeah, so chat's questioning me. They're asking a lot. Why does Cap have a lunar item? So back end wise, we did some work on the lunars. We kind of came to a decision that while lunars are still banned in the races, we still want people to be able to get pearls and stuff, and we kind of find it a little bit lame that someone would have to walk over to Lunar Pod after the teleporter is done, wherever it is, walk back to the cleansing pool, make sure they're not getting any advantage from the lunar itself. Maybe like Eco would do something and that would like disqualify them. So we turned every single lunar item in the run into pearls. And the pearls will automatically remove themselves out of their build once they go to the next stage. So there's no double, triple, omega advantage. It's just if there's a cleansing pool, they can use it. No need to backtrack around the stage looking for stuff. Thumbs up.
Interesting.
Did I say pearl? I meant bead. Bead for pearl. Pearls say, beads go. I'm having a stroke or something. The servers have been played. We did Commando and Rex, and this is the third loadout of the day.
These have been really entertaining races to watch.
It's always the I mean, yeah, because like you'd think they would have been way worse, but they got there. They've always been so close too. It's always good to watch a race that's close. You never know.
Disputed already on the teleporter on stage 4.
Disputed. He's kind of low health here. He's scaring me. He was getting hurt a little
but that
bit.
stealth kit coming in clutch.
He is doing now what we were talking about earlier, though, just trying to go TP to TP, which good for him. I hope he's not going too fast, though, and that's a +5 for Disputed. It looks like he was going a little bit quick. He got
Oh.
larvaed, or jellyfish. I looked back and something exploded, so.
Damn. Unfortunate. I mean, with how fast he's going, though, he could still place pretty high,
Oh, I agree.
especially because of some of the other fast players already having +5.
But we'll see, though, because when it comes down to Mythics, if Disputed has to spend a little bit of extra time to get the fight done, and they could just one-shot it because they got extra items or stuff, it could mean the difference, but we'll see. Also, in terms of pillar skips, if he's not looking for them or trying to find a way to do it, that could cause problems as well. But he could definitely pull ahead still. He might not get first, but we'll see. Maybe he could, because we never know.
Yeah, let's see if Kay can keep up the deathless streak. Only person that hasn't died.
Yeah. And that's really important in these. Like, obviously you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, of course, why would they want to die? Like, you idiot. It is really important to play consistently, A lot of people, when they first start in the races here, they really kind of gun it. And they're just like, all right, got to go fast, got to get the lowest time. And when they do that without being kind of comfortable with what they're doing, they can really play out of their comfort zone, get really high times because they keep dying all the time. So there's got to be a good balance between comfort to not die while also going as fast as you can. To some degree. I mean, also you got to play a little bit risky if you want to get first, but.
Cabbage
Cabbage
I think
lost his
has
band for Feather, it looks like, in a Feather printer.
oh,
I bet he's
man.
not happy about that one.
Cabbage, I just keep every time I look over at Cabbage's screen, I just see him trying to mind boost himself. It's so sad to see. He's the only person that just is still doing it over and over again.
No, Cabbage did not die, chat, but it is sort of like a metaphorical death when he loses the bands on Railgunner, so.
Oh no, I meant just like I meant died like overall in the races at all, right? Because he died on. I'm pretty sure, right?
No, I was talking to chat, but yeah, no, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
K
was
is.
just saying that K is the only person that's gone deathless his entire time.
It's just true.
Yeah.
Someone just asked because they missed it, and they're like, "What happened to Cabbage? Did he die or something?" I was like, "Nah," but losing a band is akin to a death, I think, in some cultures.
Yeah, I mean, a death worth of time that you might lose over the entirety of the run too. Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, yep, there you go.
He got another band back. Look at that.
Never punished or something or other. I wonder if the others are gonna find that. That seemed pretty close to TP, so. Oh, he just took that Vagrant Blast. I'm surprised he didn't die from that, but hey. That Opal saved him.
You gotta live a little sometimes.
Yeah. Step into the deep end. See how it feels. And Disputed's already on stage 5 teleporter right now. He might take another death here from these bells. Actually, not even gonna lie, that stealth kit probably saved him a little bit there, so. Again.
Yeah, it's been trying to put in work. It's trying. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's good that he's still keeping up his pace. Like he's fully committed at this point.
I mean, yeah, he's got to be.
Death doesn't mean you slow down.
Sometimes, though, it can mean you have to reevaluate what you're doing. I think it's hard because when you die, your first instinct is like, okay, I gotta make up the time that I would have thrown. But there's not always like a clear way to do that. And sometimes it's just doing strategies that you just wouldn't normally have done. Whether that means, going somewhere else to loot or taking an equipment that's a gamble or whatever might be the way, but I think with how he's playing it is fine because at the end of the day, it's Railgunner, and if she gets to the moon, she can win. It looks like Cap has died as well. I look back and I see another +5 for him. I don't know if chat saw that, if they can enlighten me a bit. Oh, that's another +5 for Disputed also. I look back at chat and I missed that one.
Damn. He was caught scoping.
Oh, dude. It looks like...
You talked about it earlier.
Yeah. He's playing with his polar field a little bit too. He was like sitting in his polar field trying to treat it almost similar to like a bubble shield in a way. Bubble Shield-esque, just trying to help with some damage. Oh my god! The same thing just happened to Kay. He just went into the Feather Printer and lost the Fire Band immediately. Well, I
He
mean,
just slammed his dad. Oh, the hand cam looks good sometimes.
and that is a Larva +5 for Cap, unfortunately. He is 3 +5s here.
My
But
God.
when I talk about unorthodox, or I guess not unorthodox, but like loadouts that these racers don't normally use, there is a huge shift in muscle memory that they lose when they start playing them, especially with Railgunner, because you have the ability to just mind boost yourself anywhere and kind of not have to focus too much on your position because you can just kind of move. But without that, you can kind of get really punished if the way you play isn't really, it's too used to just band-aids from mines. I think that's kind of what's happening here. Also, just the difference of having the different M2 is kind of a throw-off, right? It's easy to spend time in the M2 and not be able to pierce things the right way, or just the way it works is different. So it's easy to see +5s and loadouts like this, even if they're good loadouts, right? That's just what it comes down to sometimes. Another +5 for Disputed, unfortunately.
Damn.
Hate to see it, but
Speedy Boy's getting punished.
he is on the moon now, so we'll see how he intends to skip pillars, if he does, or if he's just gonna go just do them. Him and Cap, though, if we take Disputed's run and Cap's run, they have the same amount of deaths, but look how far Disputed is ahead here. So
Oop, going for the legendary.
that's a Shattering Justice for Cap. He said get the copy pasta ready. Well, someone will have it.
Oh no. I mean, the blast shower is pretty good though for Disputed.
Oh
And
yeah,
the triple bands
it is really nice.
as he slowly makes his way down the hallway.
I think he should be trying to use his special to boost himself forward a little bit. Just on cooldown a little bit. Might help him get through the hallway, but now that he is now, oh no, he's just using it for damage. I mean, his damage isn't perfect. He didn't one-shot the Wisp, but here he goes anyway. Good luck. That's the thing we don't talk about all the time, but having a really slow build with no movement speed, the tunnel just even to a pillar or to the point where you can pillar skip or something takes several minutes out of your run if you're just walking, essentially.
Yup.
So it's awful. It's the slowest part of the run, probably.
Yeah, why is that a thing? Like, why is that in the game?
It used to be a giant walkway with no actual content on the map, so they had to keep
Love
it,
that.
I guess, a little bit. Sorry, chat, for the lag there. It's fine now, though. It should be. It's like a divide in opinion for people who miss the old moon, which was just a walkway forward to the boss that took 4 minutes, and the one with pillars now, which takes 2 minutes to get to pillars, but then you have to do pillars. But I like the new one personally, but hey.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick between the two, I would pick this one, but I don't know. Kind of like like Risk of Rain 1,
Yeah, I love
where it's like a
Risk of
fully
Rain
lootable
1s.
stage. Yeah.
It had like all those like objectives on the stage too. It wasn't just like, hey, do one thing or another. It was like, hey, if you want to go after the big gun for the boss, you can do all this kind of stuff and get the cards and do some cool things, unlock
What is
certain
Disputed
section of
trying
the
to
map.
do right now?
Disputed is trying to gamble his one bear as a possible pillar skip.
Wait, this is pillar skip?
He's inting really hard. It's a 13% chance to not die.
And if you don't die, you just spawn at the top.
No, if he doesn't, hopefully he'll get to show it. But we'll see. He's not having very good luck, is he?
Grandpa left his keys in the fridge again.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah. So, this is what's colloquially known as the host skip, actually. Named after the person who found it, none other than Host himself. The idea is that you can use and preserve the momentum from falling off the map to carry you up. So it's a technique in a pillar skip that the guys here have been practicing for the last week or so. Unfortunately, he only had one bear, but it works very well with safer spaces on a lot of characters. So, oh, that's another +5 for Cap. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it in the best light, right? It would have been cool if you just got it the first time without dying a million times, but again, congrats to Host on figuring that one out too. It's a very, very cool one. And we wanted to show it off for a while, so last week at least. I've been waiting for someone to pull it off in the races here, so.
So yeah, you just have to, if you don't take damage on your fall, you preserve your momentum.
Well, the thing is, because of E3, you'll die if you hit the ground. So if you have some way to cancel that out, or as long as you just don't die, like with opals or teddies or safer spaces or head stompers, something like that, you'll spawn back up on the stage, but the stage doesn't delete all of your forward momentum. So if you find a spot, which Host and the team have, if you find a spot that teleports you back next to a ramped portion of the ground, if you've ever like headset trimmed with Quail, it's kind of the same thing. You just push all your momentum in the ramp upward, and then you can get up past pillars. So that is the idea. And it's very cool, actually. It kind of opens up the door for a lot more pillar skips for a lot of characters that just with a few simple things like saver spaces or something, very useful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna like break the speedrunning game if they're not required to have Ace anymore.
Yeah. It would be very nice if everyone could get it consistent. It's just one of those other things, like, I talk about it sometimes, but a lot of these guys do a lot of homework when they're not racing. They're practicing all this tech. We're researching more stuff. They're getting really good at it. AWU skips, Phase 4 skips, Pillar skips, all this stuff. So they need to be up to date on pretty much all the new tech to stay competitive these days. But it's fun when they show it off.
Yeah, Disputed's gonna be the one that finishes Mythic first, but I don't think is gonna have the best time.
I don't even know if he's gonna finish first. Maybe it depends on how fast Cabbage can catch up here. But I mean, yeah,
Man.
we'll see.
I mean,
Obviously,
he's looking really good,
obviously
especially since he has the Phase 4 skip.
Oh, there's ATGs on the soup as well. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But obviously, when he got to the moon, he kind of mentally had given up on the idea of winning the run, and he just wanted to finish it off and show off some cool stuff. But honestly, he could have absolutely beat Cap and gotten some points on the board had he just done pillars. He didn't know that.
Here,
oh yeah,
he's
here it
slowly
comes.
falling.
Should have enough attack speed to. No, he didn't. Rip. Goodbye.
Unfortunate.
It's a common theme with players that give up in the races that someone else always is worse than they are, and they just don't realize it till later. But it's a mental thing, right? Like, sometimes you just can't handle it. You're just like, get me out of here. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, especially after K just getting bonus points and winning the first race, and still hasn't died.
Speaking of K, he just printed 12 Mocha, and that's going to give him a really nice skip. He's just going to M1 up all the way, pretty much. He's probably going to use his R, boost up into his M1, and just skip pillars without dying to fall damage, hopefully, this time. So that'll be nice. I don't think anyone really had the opportunity to do that, because I think K probably had the most items, it looks like, or one of the most items. Him and Cabbage definitely have a lot. But that's something that Disputed absolutely did not have access to, because he just went so fast, obviously.
And he could actually pass Cabbage here and get the best time.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is actually
That's just
really
crazy.
close. By the time
Yeah.
that K gets to the end of the tunnel, and gets up to the platform, Cabbage will only have spent a little bit in the fight. The K scrap? I don't know. I looked back and he had the printing the last Mocha. And Disputed is
I
done
don't
with
know.
his fight.
He must have, because he still has his watch and 3 crowbars. Like, he's still got
Surely.
decent whites. His movement speed and armor piercing.
And there we go. By the way, if you have Bingo, Disputed did take a good portal to the Soul Pillar, so thumbs up. And here we go. K is on his ascent. Uh-oh, he's getting blasted by a perfected... Uh-oh, this is really not good for him.
First K death, pause champ.
No, that he just barely got out of range, and they let go of him, so he's good. But he's on his way up. He's playing Rocket Man right now. He's zooming. Sometimes all you need to know, chat, is just how much attack speed you need to push yourself upward forever.
Are there any
But
other
this-
characters that can do this?
Multi.
Oh,
With
yeah.
his double nail gun. It's awesome. I think you only need like 7 and 7 syringes, and you can do it as multi. I don't remember how much you need as Railgunner, though. I think it's technically 6.5. Like, you have 7 and a Mocha, it works, but it's really tight. Not that anyone
Look at
needed
that
to know
attack
that.
speed.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
He's just lasering him. He surely is going to catch up to Cabbage here if he doesn't make crucial mistakes.
And we'll see. This is what I was talking about earlier, though, like with the attack speed build on this this M2. And the needle tick actually coming into play here, which is kind of funny. It's always the stuff you talk about during the cast that just happens.
I mean, he's making great time right now.
He's got to be pretty careful, though, because he hasn't been using his special timed with his bands as much, so it would be nice if he timed that up a little bit better. Like here, he did it now, and then there we go. Good. I think he needs to focus on that if he wants to surpass Cabbage here, which I think he will, though, because he's kind of zooming. He's already going to be done with phase 2 by the time Cabbage basically starts phase 3, which is already. So look at that, the speed. And there we go. He did time it with the band set time. Cap has entered the moon. His damage isn't too bad, but he's going to have sort of a longer fight here. All right, let's bring Disputed in and see what he has to say about his run.
Hell yes.
Hello, Disputed.
I got 3 points right now. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
So, regardless of whatever happened, congratulations on being the first to show off the host skip live. It was actually really cool to see it. I
Only
know.
took me 7 attempts.
Yeah, no big
and
deal or
35
anything.
minutes of time.
I know
But
chat was
at that point
question marking really hard, and they were just like, "What the fuck?"
Here's why. It's because at that point, so first of all, I want to say I fucked up because I didn't pick up any healing items. So the damage I took was actually permanent.
Yeah.
Stage 4 just wrecked me. But going into Moon, I had 3+5s. My mindset is okay. I have 0 points on the board. I'm not going to win this race, but I can do something really hype and get the tougher time skip, which I technically did. I wanted to get it first try. That would have been awesome, but is what it is.
I just want to let you know,
It
though,
was sick, so
by the time you did that, Cap still had more +5s, and he was like 2 stages behind.
What?
Just
How?
to let you know. Yeah, well.
Yeah, you could have gotten 1 point, but like you said, you
want to do
win
the
the
thing.
overall
well,
day.
I don't want to take points from Cap. That's like taking candy from a baby, you know. Wouldn't feel right about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I totally get
Cap
that.
can have his points. Me and Cap have an alliance right now, and it's not going well. We don't want K and Cabbage to sweep this entire thing, but that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going.
Dude,
Yeah,
K is yet to die. K is the only person. He is yet to +5.
And look how close that K and Cabbage are right now to each other. It is unreal. They're gonna finish with only a few seconds between each other, honestly. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
and
be a 5-second bingo tile like we have on there, but it's gonna be like what, like 10-second difference or something? Maybe
that's
20.
crazy. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be all that close. It's gonna be like 10, 15. Just because K's screen is looking like he is he got there just a few seconds later.
And that is close. We'll bring him at the same time. So for Cap, he could still earn points here as long as he doesn't concede. That's kind of like the big thing. So while you may be looking at him being like the last one there, he's here for a reason. He's still playing for something, so we don't want to pull him out. He's gonna have a quick mythics fight anyway, so. How did Cabbage skip?
Sun is going
I don't know.
down
I
in the
looked away.
moors.
We'll ask him right now.
And
What was
long
that?
ago, somebody left with the cup, but he's still driving. Is driving. That's Cap right now.
He's going. All right, let's bring in the 2. You
Fuck,
guys
my
keep
point.
getting thrown in here at the same time.
Is it a
Oh.
fireband diff?
What?
No, you both lost the fireband actually.
Yeah, it's okay then. Well, yeah, okay, whatever.
You both did
Yeah.
the same
Okay.
exact thing with the printer, and you both pretty much reacted the same way too. It's so funny.
Can I get some bonus points, please?
No.
No, you don't deserve them. I wasted like
Okay.
1 minute just walking around searching for a scrapper, which wasn't there.
Okay.
So actually, I should have won.
Deserve.
Yeah. Wanted to make it like interesting for the last one because you're so bad today.
Yeah. I mean,
kidding.
you have to win
I'm
once in a
kidding,
while,
I'm
right?
kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Before anyone thinks I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm
Um,
kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding.
We guys got about 20 seconds apart from each other at the end, though. So you guys are pretty close. Yeah, it was like 20 seconds. So Cabbage, you just barely got through faster. Honestly, he was catching up. He came into the moon, K did, with the pillar skip from the Mocha printer and just immediately went there instead of doing pillars. But by that point, I mean, you had already started phase 1 or 2,
a
maybe.
mocha printer, huh?
Stage 5, yeah, on the other side of the
I keep
stage.
missing that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just don't see it, I guess.
Well, let me make Cap full screen here. There we go. Cap on the big screen as he fights Mithrix. Yeah, it wasn't a bad run though. I mean, how'd you guys feel with the loadout though?
I mean, it was fine.
Slow.
Cabbage, I saw you about 8 times try to put down a mine to boost yourself forward.
Yeah, it'll happen one time, right?
No.
I just love that it happened the immediate second after you printed your fireband. It was just like your rage just makes your muscle memory die, and you go back to monkey mode.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of hoping, I think it was a 2 in 4 chance or a 2 in 5 chance I wouldn't lose it. So I thought, you know what? I'll get it this time.
This time, surely.
Surely, yeah.
That was my mentality.
I mean, I was unlucky for the first 2 runs, right? It's got to turn around sometime.
Yeah, just keep trying.
Yeah. Still have the 4th loadout, so I got some bonus points there. I'll have a tiebreaker. All's good.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh.
I love a good tiebreaker.
What is the tiebreaker?
Another loadout.
Tic tac toe.
I think it's chess this time, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cabbage is looking
Yeah.
for something he can actually win.
All right.
Yeah, Kay, you still haven't died.
No.
Yeah, because dying is slow, usually.
It's true. It's true. Do you plan on dying in the last race? Do you think that's going to help you out?
Yeah, actually, I did it last time. I died like 10 times on the 4th loadout, so Cabbage is gonna have to come back somehow, right?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Disputed did sacrifice 11 deaths this run
Oh.
to show off the skip, so
Oh no!
He did do it.
Why?
He did do it.
Did
with
he have
one
the-
teddy bear.
He
Oh my
rolled the
God.
one teddy until he got it.
Disputed. Was it
That's a
cool
new
at
feels
real
least?
different.
time.
I
That
skipped
counts for
2.
something.
I almost died doing it, but
Built different, man.
Maybe at some point we could see it without the, you know, the roll on the one teddy, but we'll see.
no, but like, wasn't there a scrapper on stage 5 near the TP?
I don't know.
What does
Because-
that have to do with anything?
Yeah, because I thought there was one. Then I hit the TP because I thought there was one. And later I went back there and walked in a circle for a minute straight because I thought there was a scrapper there. Literally a minute. And then I walked back to the other scrapper on the other side of the stage, which I left behind because I thought there was a scrapper.
Good plays, good routing.
Yeah, like, I was so confused because I was so sure there was a scrapper there because I would have never hit TP if
I
there
want
wasn't.
to stop you there for a second because chat is going to question mark really hard here for a moment because of what Cap just did. They might question mark, or they might know what he just did and be like, holy hell, that was sick. If you didn't know, Blast Shower actually acts kind of like microbots do, and it can actually delete projectiles. And that includes Titan Fist, like Solus Unit, like ground pound things. It also includes Pizza. So if you stand on Mithrix while he's doing Pizza and use Blast Shower, you can delete all of Pizza. And he went after the style point play and just wanted to delete all of it, so I need to to point that out. Good job, Cap.
We got Disputed and Cap showing off the tech in this one.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, you're showing off the skill.
Yeah, now everybody's going to have to go
No,
practice
I'm
Rex
not.
for hours, apparently, with some new fucking tech that's been discovered, so...
The
I'm booting
root
the
tech.
Rex up right now, actually.
Actually, it's not hard if you know how to do it. Like, you can get it
Yeah, it's-
consistently.
If you know how to
100%
accidentally do
consistent,
it.
It is 100% consistent, unless you're
Yeah.
Cabbage, because he keeps scoping it isn't.
We're talking about different texts now, but yeah. I mean,
I think he doesn't know, but that's fine.
What do I not know?
There's a lack of knowledge, but that's all right.
the root. You just did it.
Yeah, the apparently
The
we
fall
can
damage.
one-shot Mithrix now.
Ah, yeah, that's a... yeah, I did
got
that
it.
on purpose, totally. Yeah, sure.
See?
You got to
we
figure
do
out how to
for-
replicate it now, because that's a new tech.
Oh my god, Cap just +5 to a slice of pizza on the way out. That is a certified
Oh,
grub,
no.
actually.
Oh no.
Throw your grubbings in, dude. Holy.
Why is it not on the bingo?
I don't know. Oh, dude. Oh, that's funny, man. Okay, well, we can
Doesn't
bring in
matter.
Cap while he's... I mean,
He
it
just
doesn't
needs
matter.
to do that 5 more times.
Yeah, but it's fun. Hey, Cap. I know you're on the ship,
Yo.
but you're good. Just keep going. So, how was the run?
Is everyone in the call right now?
Yeah.
Are we all here watching? Yeah, yeah. It was great. I died to the band elders because I used my polar field and it's good. So it holds the enemy's projectiles for you, nice and
Yeah.
cozy, and then you're just locked in place because the fucking elder blast was frozen and I was stuck. And then after that, I tried my best to I guess try to go for random stuff. I did the mountain shrine on stage 4, went for the red on stage 4, double mountain shrine stage 5, but at that point I had like 3 deaths on my belt, so
Mm-hmm.
I deleted pizza with blast shower. I don't know if you guys saw that.
We did see that actually.
You're welcome.
Good job. You were full screen for it as well, so everyone
Oh,
got the
yeah.
full effect.
Good shit.
You actually got points though, so don't feel like you did it. Yeah.
That's
Okay. Points is a bad word. You
Points.
got points.
Yeah.
I got a point. Yeah.
Yeah, you got something.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
It's funny
Cab.
because Disputed joined my call before the race started, and we're like, all right, we got to really pick up the pace here. We got to do good. And now look at us. Oh my God.
Nice pep talk, dude.
Yeah, we really boosted each other's confidence for this railgunner run. Oh God.
Yeah, it went.
How was the people who actually played the run good?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was
Yeah, it was
I
okay.
mean, it was a 37-minute
No.
railgunner though. That's pretty bad.
No, it was a 35 if you
Garbage.
played it correctly, at least.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if
So
you
no
played
one.
it correctly, it was like a 25.
Yeah, but like if you played with brain and don't forget there is not a scrapper,
That's
then it's
not
a
possible.
35. Yeah, that's why I have a 37. Here we are.
That's like a 38. Don't kid yourself.
I mean, yours
True.
is 38 as well if you round up.
No, you don't round up. You round down.
I round up.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
not the best run though. Honestly, for anybody, no one came out of that totally mentally
Yeah,
unscathed.
yeah.
So, if you guys are ready
Yeah.
to put yourself through the grinder again, one last loadout potentially, unless there's a tiebreaker. But good luck.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
tie with
alright.
K.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
luck,
And
Disputed.
first
I
out,
am.
yeah, pep talk K.
and first alphabetically, so I win.
What pep talk? Who needs a pep talk? Don't die. You're
Pepper?
welcome.
All right, I'll try my best.
Oh, okay.
All right, good luck, guys.
Good
Good
luck.
luck. Good luck.
I love the healthy
Alright.
amount of trash talk.
Yeah. All right, what's the cope strats on this run?
Oh man. All right. So because they don't have Desperado, if they get into a situation where they have to cope, it's not going to be great. They really have to find something that helps them do damage this run. Obviously, it's Bandit, so they can go pretty fast. They can utilize their crit backstabs in the fights and do a good job, and it's not too bad. If you're speedrunning, you don't stack Desperado on the moon anyway, so it doesn't really matter at that point. It just helps kind of the flow through the stages a little bit at stage 4 and 5. No big deal. But it would be nice for them probably to get either an equipment that deals a lot of damage or just actually just develop a good build for themselves here and loot a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends how much they can actually utilize the backstabs in the Mythics fight. But that's just up to them, I imagine. So this should be a good one, though. We don't get to see Bandit Lights Out often, so I'm particularly excited. Hopefully they don't cope. Our Lunar's banned, yes. And that is another stage 1 gun for Cabbage. So if everyone gets that, I imagine... Well, let's look at the stage order here for a second. Next stage is Aphelion Sanctuary, RPD, and then Abyssal.
Yeah, you're holding
That's
that
a
gun.
long time.
That's a hold. Unless you see like a pillar skip or something, that's a hold, man.
There's a Vase stage 1. All right, so this obviously... Yeah. If they see both,
Oh,
they're gonna
man.
use the gun stage 1 and keep the vase. But if they don't, I mean, hey, we'll see. But Kay grabs the vase and immediately he goes right to teleport. He's like, you know what? Screw this. We're going in. Let's do it. Oh man, I think they're putting on their speedrunner shoes for this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially Cabbage and Kay here. I mean, at the top of the scoreboard right now, it's whoever wins this, might win today. So Cabbage is really trying to either pull ahead with some bonus points or get a tiebreaker situation or something. That's the best case for him. Kay just needs to keep his lead, and that probably means don't die. We'll see how that
Pretty good
plays.
at that so far.
Everything's bound to change at some point. Maybe. Also, I gotta touch on a Blast real quick because I can almost guarantee that none of these guys use Blast, the M1.
Which
I
M1
don't.
is that?
This is the rifle, the one that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the shotgun, it has bloom and it gets affected by bloom, but you can still kind of just spam it into enemies pretty easily. You don't really have to think too much about it. This one plays similarly to like, you know, a tactical shooter where you have to really time your shots with the bloom and everything because it gets a little bit out of your hands. So much so that it can go like off the side of the screen, which is insane. But that usually means, you know, you're losing a little bit of DPS if you're not shooting it as fast. Also, it's just kind of uncomfortable. So these guys specifically, don't really use it that much. There's another gun. There were 2 guns on this stage. So this might be another one of those things where it's just uncomfortable for them to use this M1. Not that it's necessarily terrible, but that they just might not have the muscle memory with it. So might screw with them a little bit. As with all
Yeah.
of these loadouts usually do.
Okay, flying again. Already on stage 2.
He marks an energy drink printer as well, which I don't know if he'll really need. He's kind of got some really nice stuff with him so far. And he's already using the vase just to traverse the map, which is very nice, all the way to the TP. I think he's
He's
just gonna go for it.
a nice stream to watch muted because he likes to ping everything that he's going for. So like while
can
we're
just tell
watching
what's
4
going on.
racers and yeah, you can tell what his mind is thinking. It was
Mhm.
really nice. Shout out to Kay for that.
You can tell usually how Cabbage feels about something because he'll shake his screen in a corresponding way. Like,
That's
some-
it's a very like CS:GO player thing.
yeah. It's funny though. Everyone
Oof,
likes
Cab
to.
can't decide what he wants to take.
He's
switched
taking
back
the
and forth.
gun. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Cap definitely. I mean, looking at where he is on the scoreboard, right? He knows that he's not gonna get, you know, a billion points and beat K here in this one loadout, but it looks like he wants to win, and he's thinking, you know what? These guys probably took the vase. Maybe I can get something out of this. Maybe I can kind of pull ahead on this loadout, and just trying to get like a cool boss at him, make a good build. And honestly, that's what I would probably do in his situation as well. I think, just because he knows it's the different play. Cabbage took the gun also, actually.
Did
Which is
Cabbage find a vase though? I don't think he found the vase.
I don't think he did actually. Now that you say
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I think he saw the gun and went straight to the TP.
Well, it looks like he's going to be holding the gun at least until stage 3. We'll see what he gets there. He could have the potential to get some good stuff for chats on stage 3 that they have. They can get a Shatter Spleen or a Molten Perforator. On the stage 4, they can get a Molten Perforator or another Shatter Spleen. And stage 5 is Empty Cores. But it's pretty much bouncing between those two. And if you have 2 stages that have a chance for that back to back, you have a pretty good chance of getting one of them. So we'll see. Hopefully we don't get a Dune Strider into Titanic Neural Drop. But we'll see.
I kind of hope that we do.
It's so bad.
I'll be the evil devil on the shoulder. You can be the angelic one.
I hope they get the good item. It sucks too because every time you get a gun and you carry it for stages, there's something that's always like, uh-oh, for Disputed, he's getting bombed by rats while he's stuck in the Dune Strider. For some reason, the game always likes to not give you the boss that you want. And it always tries to punish you for taking the gun for some reason. So.
The game is humorous in that way. Likes to hold a grudge and play funny little jokes.
+5 for Disputed. Unfortunately, one of those oil balls came up the side of the ramp where he was and then still got him. So unfortunate.
Yeah. Sad to see.
I mean, you can just kind of tell the way the devs are in this game, though. I remember one time I was streaming and I had a printer that threw items off the side of the map, one of those. And one of the Hopu devs were in chat and they said, haha, yeah, get fucked. So that's just kind of the
And then they
The
patched it out
vibe.
of the game, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It
That's
doesn't
what
happen
any
anymore.
normal dev would do, for sure.
Yeah. No, but that's hilarious.
It's
That's a
definitely
good
a
dev, though.
vibe.
That's a
Yeah,
great dev.
it is.
That's a great dev. Because it's the same devs it's the same like indie devs like that also like you'll find some speedrunning tactic or the pot rolling shit, right? And then they're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, that's a thing too. Like, they don't play against those kind of things.
Yeah,
It's
a
always
lot of
fun.
the Hopi devs know about all of the weirdo bugs that make some loadouts more fun, and they know about all of them. I shared all of them with them, and they were just like, "That's sick. We like that." And it's like, hell yeah.
Oh,
So we
you
love
can
to see that.
fly on Railgunner? That's dope. That's cool.
I remember the day the DLC came out, one of the devs was with us trying to think of a way to player skip with Railgunner, actually. We were trying to all figure out the best way to do it because he was also very curious. So, I mean, they love that stuff. They love it. We were just in chat, just like saying like, hey, maybe if we use like this item or something, or with this movement technique, it works. It's
The
always cool.
war banner pickup. Let's go, Cabbage. Oh, it's because
Yeah.
he's hard printing. Never mind. He didn't care what it was.
Gimme.
Gas ignition tank again. Second time today.
Well, it might play out for Cabbage. I mean, he has the potential to get him on Perforator here, so.
Also, look at the boss that Disputed Origin just found.
Ooh.
Stage 3. That means that gun's going to pay off in a big, big way.
Maybe. The thing is, without shotgun, you're not actually stacking that much bleed on your enemy. You're only stacking one at a time, which still means you can get the explosions in after death, but bleed isn't really going to be stacking that much unless you get something else to do it, like a crowdfunder or something.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, which is another thing. The shotgun is really synergistic with a lot of things in the game. Like Scorpion, Shattering Justice, Shatter Spleen, like a lot of these like end game red or legendary items and stuff.
Disputed.
He's scaring me.
Might be falling again. Yeah, it seems like Disputed is definitely that type of player that you were talking about, that when they get the first +5, they just start to go balls to the wall as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Slightly recklessly so, to try to make up time.
I mean, because in his mind, if he doesn't try to do everything he can to make up this time, it's wasted anyway, so might as well go for it. Right? Just go in.
Yeah.
And that's a +5 for Cabbage, actually. Oh,
Ooh.
man. I did not see what happened, but that is really unfortunate. Because he was really gunning for this run to win. Because he needed the win here to win today. And he still might get it, but that is definitely brutal. Uh-oh. He did go after the Shatter Spleen, though, which is totally fair. We'll clear out stages 4 and 5 a little bit better for the TPs. It looks like Cap's actually pretty in speed right now. And he might go half and half in a speed and watches, is what I kind of probably think is going to happen. Because he has 12 speed right now, so.
I say keep the speed.
Become speed.
You'll outrun everybody.
That's all you need to do, right? Just get to the end.
Exactly.
And here he goes. I wonder how many watches he's
You'll
going
save
to get.
so much time on the beginning of stage 6.
If he gets over like 6 watches, he's definitely playing it probably a little bit risky, but he might have to if he wants to get the win here. So we'll see.
Half and half. Let's do it.
Yeah, here we go.
He says, fuck that.
Oh, he's really going. Hell yeah.
8 watches and an 80% chance that he's going to break them.
At least. Yeah, we'll see. I hope he doesn't break them, but, you know. And this
there's
is
a
another
second
speed printer
on stage 4 too, yeah.
Yeah. And it also Disputed is on stage 4, so he's still, at least stage-wise, he's pulling ahead. He doesn't know it, but he's ahead of Cabbage right now, even with in-game time considered. So
Yeah.
he always. Oh, and that's a void crit for K as well. So
Yeah,
we'll see
K
if
and
that
Disputed
actually
both
does
picked it
anything.
up because,
Oh,
like,
nice.
why not, right?
The only reason I would say to not pick it up on Bandit is if you really do want to just spend your white scrap on other things that aren't that. But
That's fair.
like if you
Yeah.
just get a bunch of crit all the time, you're like, well, I kind of want to use for this printer or whatever, but it's not a huge deal either way. If they can, oh my god, Disputed, that's another +5 for him, but if they can delete some stuff, then there we go.
You got DNA'd. Both
That,
of those.
that was a Helix
worms.
Spiral, dude. That was funny.
Yeah,
It
that was
going in on
crazy.
him. And Cabbage is off to stage 4. Let's see how this +5 changes the way he plays. He did lose a couple watches. It could have been worse for him, honestly. He could have went in like Cap did and lost 8 on stage 3, and that would have really been terrible, but
We're
he's-
saying it like it's already happened. He could have been like Cap has already done.
Yeah, we'll see. No, I mean, it's not the worst thing. You could totally come back, depending on how the other racers play. He hasn't lost everything yet. That's the one thing, though. You can throw away everything in your build and actually lose it all. But these are the gambles we take. And looks like K is starting the stage for a teleporter as well. It looks like Cabot is losing a bit more on the stage, trying to make up a little bit for a little bit of that damage loss, I think. How's K's
Yeah.
damage looking? K printed 6 watches.
Yeah,
So-
and he's got 2 armor piercings. Those guys died in 5 seconds or less.
Oh yeah. As long as he
Man.
doesn't lose these, he'll be pretty good. I don't know if K
Yeah.
has lost his watches today though, either. I know he hasn't died, but I don't know if he's kept his watches all day. I think his
no.
elixir saved him a few times.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah. And the person who can keep him, I mean, that's the challenge, I guess. And also, I mean, he has a vase, so not only does he have the most damage out of everybody, it seems like, and he's on a good pace, but he has a vase, so he just skip pillars. I am Disputed. He has 2 +5s, so while he's ahead and has the vase, it's still unfortunately behind. But
I mean, that can turn around very quickly with a one
Very
bad
fast.
step from the guy who went all into damage and doesn't have any speed.
correct. It looks
The
like
only
Cap
guy
went
that-
after the Shatter Spin as well. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say that he's the only one that hasn't printed speed yet. He's got a single goat hoof.
Oh,
So,
that
I
is
mean,
true.
Yeah, it's gonna pay off if he doesn't get hit, but everybody else is gonna have a little bit easier time with that.
There is a feather though on stage 5. Everyone should probably get that. I hope so anyway. That'll make the Mythic fight a lot easier for everybody, especially one hoof watch guy. So we'll
What's
see.
in this void cradle? Needle tag, let's go.
Not bad. Not what they were wanting to see, but not bad. Very average. And Dispute is staying true to what his strategy has been. He's already on the teleporter. He's just going with it.
And
I don't-
he gets the good boss for the ignition tank.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he didn't see the watch printer, if he just didn't have enough white items to give up by that point or something, but he is the only one who didn't go into it, actually, which I find interesting. Honestly, though, maybe he just didn't want to. He knows he already has a +5, and he's been kind of playing recklessly. He might think that he might just end up losing them,
Yeah.
which is also fair.
Cap playing the exact opposite. He's playing as methodically, slowly. Not I don't want to say slowly, but he's full clearing and making sure that he's as strong as possible so that he's the least likely to +5. K finally
Yeah.
printing. Finally printing speed on the stage 5 third speed printer.
Third one and a scrapper right next to it. That is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Man.
Love to see it. He's
God damn.
taking, or Cap is taking Gubo. He just got a Nuka Hana's. Powerful. No one else has that, so he has a clear advantage now.
Look out.
Yeah,
There's going to be a crazy white soup.
for sure. And
More
that's
watches.
the Void crit that he may take here, actually. Yeah, he is. There's no reason not to. It just, I don't think they're really going to get any use out of it either. But that's no reason not to take it, really, on the off chance that they do or don't. So might as well. My thing is lagging again.
Yeah, it's just Cap.
It's everyone. Okay, there we go. I'm good now. Technical difficulties today a bit. Fun. They can never escape them.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat hard.
Technical
It's,
difficulties of AC. Yeah.
it's getting toasty in here. I do have a portable AC unit, but it'll pick up on my mic, so I'll turn it on the second that we're done.
Oh man, you're just like, please let this be over, man. I just
Hey, you know, maybe I'm on the racer side all of a sudden. Maybe I'm on the side that I would like them to play faster.
Yeah, just overtaken. Yeah, what if there's a tiebreaker? What then? Then we enjoy it? For sure.
I'd turn the microphone towards the unit and you just hear the whole time. And I'll periodically join into the different racers' calls to give them a disadvantage.
Just turn the gain knob up a bit.
ASMR.
Oh, dude, Disputed's on the moon. I just didn't even see him leave, but like every time I look back, he's somewhere new, a new place. I want to
Yeah,
see his
he's-
damage. I don't know if it'll be that great, but I think he's gonna have to really try to utilize hemorrhage here with his knife. Try to get in close, get as many backstabs as he can, and stack hemorrhage up. Maybe he's gonna check soup. It looks like, so we'll see what he finds.
Doesn't really have the number of items necessary for soup. Like he could go for, I guess, for like a single red.
Maybe
He's
probably
the
gonna lose
Marines
his
are pretty
feather.
lackluster.
Yeah. Yeah, he has the feather. He wants the shuriken because he doesn't have really any other damage. But he doesn't have too much either. But
I mean, yeah, but if you see like a laser scope or something like that,
what am I
probably
seeing on
worth
his
it.
screen? Tougher times. Looks like a brain coat. There's a resonance disc and a Nuka Hana's. Wow. Really good soup this time, actually. And wait for it. That was an Aegis, so. Dude, that's like some of the best soup we've ever seen. God damn.
Let's go.
Impressive, actually. Yeah, curious why he didn't give up everything he had for one of those powerful boons.
I mean, if he keeps up on this pace, though, I think the odds are he'll at least get third, just from how far behind Cap is.
Actually, yeah, maybe. As long as he doesn't die here again. But I mean, Cap can very well die in Mythics as well, so who's to say?
Cap has not one, but 2 Void crit now.
That is
He's
crazy.
owning.
Actually, I don't even think anyone else got it. I think he's just looting a lot too.
Yeah. He just seems to be full clearing to try to make sure that he doesn't +5.
Yeah, which is fair. I think, well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna say he might be like really clear until he finds a skip 2 or something. I know
Yeah.
he doesn't really want to do pillars, but I
He's
don't know,
also
whatever the case.
scrapping more. He's
gaming.
He is full looting.
Yeah.
Think he's gonna print more speed here?
I would, probably. Oh, no, he has 7. No, I would not, actually. I confused his run with K for a second. Oh, and Disputed is doing exactly what I assumed he knew he would have or should have been doing. He is getting as many hemorrhage stacks as he can. He's really being good about utilizing his knife and getting in there. He has 7 hemorrhage stacks on Mythics right now. And so this is a very good tech for you guys who are playing Bandit and you want to know how to hit Mithrix in the back more often. The direction that Mithrix is when he jumps is the same as when he lands. So you can set up for really good backstabs and hemorrhage stuff if you know how to do it right. So keep that in mind. He's making very good use of that. He's going fast with just hemorrhage. We don't really ever see hemorrhage get used all that often, to be honest. It's really rare that it does. And that is kind of indicative of honestly a low damage build. I think if you're just having to resort to just stacking that, I think it's kind of like, okay, well, I don't have any items to do damage, so here we go. But it also helps you have backup megs too. K is also
Surprised.
trying to get there a little bit more.
Surprised
should
we
be
didn't
using
get
the
the
snipe
K
more.
shake of disapproval from seeing the soup.
I didn't even see his reaction to it. Just a quick pass over it.
K still just, I mean, he's so far has a perfect stage 6.
He has not gotten hit once. He does have 2 opals. If he does get hit or anything, he can withstand a fair bit of damage here and still not lose his watches. So
Just cruising through this fight.
Cabbage is scaring me, and that is a +5 for Cabbage. He was gunned
Oof.
down by the wisps as he was trying to get to another pillar. He left
Damn.
one of the perfected ones alive, and it caught up to him. I think he greeted the charge on one of the pillars a little bit too much. I would have left that area before it was able to even get near, and then probably just gone back because I would have needed to go that way to leave anyway. But that is rough. You got to be really careful if you're leaving those guys alive. You really can't give them too much space.
It's crazy that the major difference maker is in this run, it feels like for Cabbage, is the fact that he didn't have the vase on stage 1, and that changed the entire direction of this run and then eventually led to this +5.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy that he saw a
Ripples make
gun
waves.
and then immediately just went straight for the teleporter and didn't really look around super heavily for another equipment. Because he knew the stage, like he knew the stage layouts. Like the odds that you get a good item is high. The odds that a gun is going to be useful is high. It makes sense.
Yeah. That's rough. Sometimes you just don't open up the right thing and you don't really get a choice of what you
Right.
can do. So
Yeah, I mean, because like in his scenario, he probably made the right choice, right? Like nine times out of 10, a player of his caliber would do the exact same thing, right? With all the information at hand, but it's just crazy that it made the difference.
when it comes down to it, I mean, it's such a game of just like how you path and the direction you go to open up one thing or another. And it's just like, it's sometimes it hurts to think about, especially when you're the one racing. You're just like, oh, I just didn't walk around the corner and see the ATG printer that everyone else got that was playing. Okay, well, my bad, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's why it's just like scouting is so important. Earning money with like things like pennies and gome are so important. Trying to utilize those things because then you just get more choice, right? And I think that's what makes some of these runs so good.
With that second +5 too, it means the disputed could potentially get second. Like, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
there's still a chance of first in the very rare case that K dies to stage 4, but I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it
How
also
the
goes to show that no matter what, even when you think you're on your last thread and you have 7 billion +5s and you think you're an absolute last or whatever and you're playing the worst, never give up. There's usually always someone in a similar boat as you, and you can always pull ahead every time. And we saw that last loadout too, but obviously, good job for K. It looks like he has secured his spot as winner of the day, so we'll give him a congratulations when he gets in here, but he played really well today, all throughout the day.
Yeah.
Not
0
one death.
deaths.
kept his
That's-
watches throughout this run too. He made the gamble for it, and it paid off well. Yeah. We do have an ELO chart chat if you type in exclamation point ELO, I believe. And unsurprisingly, K is at the top of our ELO chart at the moment. I believe he has the most. Cabbage, I think, is right behind him. Also unsurprisingly. But, man, he did play very well today.
Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy.
Disputed
Yeah, I've
is
become,
almost done. Huh? What's up?
I was gonna say I've just become a bit of a K enjoyer. Like
Yeah.
I found his stream in like the last couple of weeks, and I'm always peeping.
It's really it's interesting too because he waddled into the Eclipse scene a little bit later than a lot of these guys too. Same with Cabbage. You know, a lot of these guys have been playing Eclipse for a long time, but it's interesting to see how players come into Eclipse with the mindset already there of they're going to do it fast and they're going to speed run it, as opposed to doing it, you know, or like playing Eclipse 8 and learn it and then switching to a speed mentality. I think it's harder that way. Let's bring him in here. Hello, Kay.
Hi.
So, yeah, you're in here first. Congratulations. You were already ahead on the points. And Cabbage, well, he can't get more than you here. So, congratulations. Give Kay a round of applause. He won the day. He won the loadout race. So,
GG's.
hell yeah. And here's GG. I mean, you played
GG's
super well
to
today.
everyone.
So, how did
Yeah,
it
I'm
feel
also
not
surprised.
losing all of those watches and getting that speed printer at stage 5 to help
Yeah,
you
you
out?
finally printed speed.
Yeah.
It was about time, right?
Never
you're-
fucking punished is what it is.
You're hanging
That
on to
is
those
true.
watches for dear life. You're just like, I'm not getting rid of these. I'm fucking keeping them. And then you got rewarded. So, hey.
Well,
And also,
well,
no deaths
yeah.
today. Also. So, extra good job. I think you're
was
the
pretty
only
close, though.
one that did not die in any of the loadouts. I mean, maybe the first one we didn't see everyone die. Maybe one other person died or didn't die alongside you, and one or two of them. But for the most part, the consistency of not dying was just pretty massive. Especially when players lose watches and stuff when they die, it just puts them behind.
Yeah, those watches are very important. Can make and break the run, pun intended.
Yeah.
So I got really lucky in the watch prints, by the way. I don't know if you saw, but I lost like only bad items, kept the gas, and
You
the
didn't
APR as
print for
well.
that?
I what?
You didn't
Yeah.
print for that? Like you didn't scrap for that?
No, I didn't see a scrapper.
What the
blind
hell?
about that.
We all Race and I didn't see what you did, and we just assumed because you still had so many good
I had
items.
every good item, yeah.
The God Prince.
Don't let
dude.
Willie see that
Holy.
clip. He'll get real pissed.
I was bringing Disputed as well. Hello, Disputed.
Hey.
Good job, by the way. Nice win.
GG's.
I liked your run, person.
You guys
You
see
went
that
quick.
Agma Worm death on stage 4?
Yeah, they
GNA'd.
they both spun around you. Like, that was awesome, man. I mean, it sucked because you
what was I
died,
supposed
but
to do there?
they pulled like
I don't
a
know.
physical Jaros band on you, honestly. The fire's
A
tornado.
pincer maneuver.
Yeah.
Wait, did no one else find the vase on stage 1?
I did.
Okay. The other two didn't, I suppose.
So Cab
one of them
found
did and
it.
then decided not to. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cabbage was the
Decided to
only one
take the
who
gun.
did not find it at all.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was the
That's-
stage 1 gun, and with the stage loadouts, I mean, it's high chance that it'll be useful, right?
Yeah, but I mean, vase. I mean, the gun was cool, but no way I'm taking that over the vase.
Yeah, Cap was the only one who decided to take the gun, whereas Cap. Cabbage just saw the gun and then just sprinted the TP. So I think that he got blindsided by it and didn't look for anything better.
Fair enough. I think there were like 4 equipment barrels on stage 1.
And there were two
Yes,
guns
there were
on
two
stage
guns.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were two.
What?
There was a gun inside of a chance shrine.
Yeah, I found the one near the TP. I was very lucky that the first equipment I opened was the vase, because then I didn't have to go and open every equipment on the stage.
Capstream
Yeah.
is dying for me. Help. Help. Hold
Holy
on.
shit, I got a point. Let's
Nice.
fucking go.
Let's go, dude.
GG.
I'm so happy.
Hold on, you can see Cap now. I got it.
That's rough for Cabbage though. Losing to the guy that's gotten in last every single time today.
Hello, Cabbage.
Was there a
Alright.
color scan?
Yeah, vase
There
stage
was.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. We were just talking about that. There were two guns on stage one. You found one of them, and then there was a vase somewhere. I don't remember where, but
You got
Yeah, I don't
the
remember
icons
either.
up, by the way.
I know. I was, yeah. But I go.
Shatterswing was a really decent play.
I mean, if there was a vase, then I was just hoping that there wasn't going to be a vase. I could just keep
Yeah.
it going.
Your worst fear came true.
Yeah. I mean, we
Lucky
didn't have a
so.
vase like the rest of the races, so
That's true.
I was like, surely, right?
Yeah, GG though, Cabbage. I know I talk a lot
Yeah.
of shit. Oh, I talked a lot of shit today, but
I don't
GG.
recall any of that.
Yeah, GG.
You don't recall any of that? Okay. Maybe I didn't talk enough then.
Eh,
No.
It was a healthy amount of banter.
Okay. I hope it wasn't
it was a
too
good
much.
race though. It was interesting all the way through. We just had some interesting loadouts today, honestly.
Good race for some people.
I'm sorry.
A bit one-sided, but yeah.
It was fun to
mean,
watch.
You're
I
talking
hope it
Smile.
was.
but
Disputed,
my
you're
best
very
finish
fun to
loadout.
watch.
Thank you.
You're very fun to watch because whenever you like +5 on like stage 2 or 3, your like mentality switches and you're like, I need to make up this time. And you don't just give up, but you go like 10 times faster.
He did get to the moon like almost every
like,
time
I'm
first.
pretty sure every single time that you've died early, you were the first one to the moon by like 3 or 4 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
by a large
you
margin.
you speed up really, really fast. Like it's actually really impressive.
I've been doing speedruns recently. I've got that mentality.
Yeah,
It's
that's dangerous. Dangerous for racing.
it's risky.
Yeah.
A lot of people watching might think they're the same kind of mentality to have, but racing and speedrunning are different because the amounts of resets and opportunities you have just to roll for the perfect thing and not. But sometimes you just got to go for it.
They're extremely different, but I'll say this: I'm still salty about that Commando seed. Like that was perfect RNG.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that you were the only one that printed the initial ignition tanks before the molten perforator, and then like we had seen K at that point get it, so we saw you printing, and we're like, he's gonna be real happy.
And then you said, "Oh, cool," and we're like, "Hell yeah, he's happy."
Yeah, all you said was hell yeah, and then just I was like, oh man, that was disappointing. I wanted him to be more happy.
Start pogging out.
Yeah.
And here we go. Cap is done. This means he actually gets some points on the board also, so good job for him for doing it just nice and steady all the way through. Not a bad run.
And he
No
kept his
deaths
9
for him either.
watches
He
all
does.
the way to the end.
Yeah, I
Good
need an
man.
apology from everybody in chat that said it's Cap, he's gonna lose them. Handwritten, please.
Poor Cap.
Oh.
Nah, you proved him wrong. You came to play today. On the Bandit.
Yeah,
Did
the seed
someone
was
bribe Cabbage? Yeah, we all did. We wanted to go home. I'll pay you after,
I-
buddy.
Yeah, I sent you my PayPal, so did you get that?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
What were you saying, Kay? Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that the Bandit seed was very good. I think even if you did not find the vase with the watch printer, and like, I found like 3 other watches as well. So
No,
Honestly-
the
That was
watch
a lot of
printer,
damage.
it took my movement speed, so I wasn't gonna go into that.
On the same stage was also a movement speed printer, so you could have just
Was it
Yeah.
on
Was it-
top? Like,
energy drink printer like on spawn, just turn around and then it's there.
oh,
It
I
was
don't
like
turn around.
10 feet away from you, I think, at
I
spawn.
always look forward because I don't look in the path.
Yeah, and then we miss all the we all
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
the ODG printer. Yeah,
Nobody's gonna get that. Only us two are
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
know.
that in this call.
it is too good a reference
All
not to make.
And let's bring in Cap. Hello, Cap.
Hello.
You are here last, but you got some points. You actually got second, so congratulations
Points?
on that. one.
Ooh, plural.
Points, plural.
Nice.
It's actually
Plural.
the
Not
point.
third place. Oh, Cabbage.
Yeah, tech discovery. Tech discovery.
same.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Glacial pest plus golem. What will happen?
Nice.
You can make a video on that.
Yeah, I will for sure. I'll write it down.
All right.
Yeah, we were poking fun at you a little bit because you were doing some like really slow full looting. But because the other two
Yeah.
players +5'd a bunch, and I think that like that's what you were trying to do, right? Is make sure that you didn't save those 9 watches and then have a really
Yeah.
consistent run, and then the strategy fucking works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely scared because if I did break the watches, like, I mean, it was game over. So I was trying to loot a little bit more, try to be a little more cautious. I did the gamble of taking the gun on stage 1 instead of the vase, and then trying to find some sort of equipment later on, but we really didn't have much for pillar skips that I found anyways after the vase stage 1. So I was kind of just trying to scout as much as possible, see if there's another pillar skip anywhere, but gamble didn't pay off.
Yeah, you gambled,
Honestly-
but what were you hoping for with skipping the vase? Sorry, disputed.
Shatter Spleen Murph, any damage that I could secure. But then stage 2 came. And then that immediately kind of nullified the gamble. So
Oh, yeah.
it is what it is.
My opinion on Hemorrhage has improved a shit ton.
Did you also have
Hemorrhage?
9 watches when you saw it melting Mithrix?
No, I
Oh,
didn't have anything.
Hemorrhage
I
is
had
really
four
good if you can get
speed,
some
though.
sacks.
I was able to get
Yeah.
behind him.
I wish the build
Hemorrhage
was
is
a little
crazy.
more like fleshed out and easier to access. But it's pretty cool when you can get it going. It's kind of fun getting in there.
I had
Yeah.
no damage in that fight. I was relying on that entirely, and I had a decently fast fight.
Your fight was
Did-
actually pretty good.
My only damage item was Shuriken and Hemorrhage.
You just chose not to go into the watch printer?
Yeah, I didn't go into it. Well, I also died
Okay.
on stage 2 getting sucked, but
Oh.
Relatable.
Who else did the 50-50 speed and watches?
On which no, I didn't.
You were only one who did that, Cap.
Oh, interesting. I feel like that was a good play. That wasn't a bad play, right?
I would have
it
done
was
what
a
you
good play.
did, Cap.
Kay just refused to print any speed, and then still got lucky with a goat hoof printer on stage 5 right next to a scrapper.
Yeah, bro. There was
This
like
dude never
gets
3 or
fucking
4
punished.
speed printers somehow.
I would have gotten into the energy drink printer if I didn't only lose bad items and kept every good item on the watch printer.
Oh, I see.
Going into speed at that point is like like
Yeah.
Pulling
Sorry, you got
away.
good RNG.
yeah, it's revenge for the fireband.
The K incident.
Yeah, it's
That was a fun run though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, if we 3v1k next time, we'll be tied at least. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. By the way, congrats everyone playing today. We all appreciate watching you guys play for us. So, chat, give them a clap as always
GGK.
for going up on stage
GG
and,
everyone.
and playing, dude.
GG's.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for dancing in the cages.
Yeah, it's good.
Cages. Okay.
Yeah, be quiet.
The K Aegis. Did someone see the Aegis cauldron on the moon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right in the
so-
corner. Oh yeah.
I wanted to go into that, honestly.
Yeah, I
really
did
wanted
too.
Yeah,
one.
you should have. You could have like made the plus
Oh.
fives disappear or something.
I actually
Right.
had the 5 green scrap. I should have done it. God damn it.
You threw.
It would have been. It
I did.
would have been even faster.
Yeah.
And as always, I have some announcements before we end it off today. Also, before I do that, I want to thank Frost for coming in on co-casting with us today. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, but it was really cool to cast with you today. So I appreciate it, and chat enjoyed you as well, obviously. So good.
shit.
Oh yeah.
All right, good job. For for announcement stuff, if you want to know when to catch one of these next time, and you like this kind of thing that we do this every week. And the best way to know when the next one is joining the Discord and turning on alerts for the alert channel. We'll let you know as soon as we know when the thing will be. Usually it's on the weekends, and usually it's been on Sunday, but we'll let you know beforehand anyway. If you want to use this mod to play with your friends and do some racing stuff on the side, we have a public mod on the Thunder Store. Just look up Risk of Resources or click the link in chat to get it. If you want to use that mod and then go and speedrun on the speedrun gauntlet category that we have, the official one, where all of these guys in here have world records for, go check that out too. Go to speedrun.com/riskrain2 and then go to the gauntlet section. If you guys want to check out some of the older races, maybe catch up on ones that we've done months ago or something like that, you can go to YouTube and check that out there. And if you want to apply to be a racer and jump up on stage with these guys to play with them, you can go to the riskofresources.com/rules, scroll down to the bottom, and you can send in an application to be a part of the team. And if you're good enough, we'll let you up on and then play with the rest of them. We also have a training wheels program to get people in to start racing and scrimming with the rest of them if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I think that's it. As always, chat, thanks for enjoying the races and everything. Thanks for checking them out, and we'll see you guys next week for the next one, whatever that looks like, and however we do it, and whoever is playing. So, have a good day, chat. Goodbye.